along to the Sporty Show. It is the Europa League final, and this is outside San Mamés in Bilbao, an hour ahead of the match this evening. We are going to be taking you along with us for the ride. I am your host, Sara, and I am joined with a very full table here. Very excited evening ahead of us. But first, let me introduce to you the only Manchester United supporter here at Sporty TV, Harry Maguire's biggest fan, and some would say Andre Onana's doppelganger. It's Mr. KlintonCod.
Wow.
Tonight's your night.
Wait. Who's my doppelganger?
Andre Onana.
Please don't repeat that rubbish again.
One more time.
No one is your doppelganger.
Stop. No, he is mine, but I'm definitely not his. What do you mean?
Yeah, you came first. That's
No,
true.
but easy, how can you What? Onana? Jesus Christ, man. You didn't even say something like Loftus Cheek or something. Like Onana for real.
Yes?
You don't look like Loftus Cheek.
What do you mean I don't? Like, what's the difference between myself and
Hello.
Loftus Cheek? Nah, you can't say
Yes,
that.
I can hear.
The face,
Who are you?
the structure of your face, just
I think it depends on the angle you're looking at it from, though. Like, you're not looking at it from where you're like, Shantelle, what do you think, though?
Depends on you know what I think. You're being delusional. You
Hey,
absolutely
is Sacho
don't like
there?
him.
The
No.
only, I think the only similarity you have is maybe the fact that you used to live in Luton, and I think you might have played against Luton once.
It is
That's
brutal.
about
This is some brutal stuff going on, right? Let me just end it. I think you guys are going to win me on this one. I don't have that energy, man. Alex, this is where you come out really successful every time. But when it's time for you to give me proper goals, anyways, let's wait with that. Now, it's a beautiful day the Lord has made. That Manchester United fans, we would have every reason to give glory to God. Chinenye here will be celebrating with me, and Maka on the other end will be celebrating with me. Chinedu, you will be celebrating with me tonight. Because Manchester United are winning. No, it's not about goals. We're going to score, we're going to win.
I mean, that is my prediction.
Okay, well, exactly, because you know. No, but you know, though, everybody knows that tonight is for Manchester United. But obviously, like I said, I was just about to do it, man. You just ruined it. You keep ruining it, bruv. You keep ruining it. All right, well, as y'all know, the person who has been talking even more than me that was introduced is Oga Chinedu Wagwan.
Oga, where's that? What's that? Is that
That's
another word that you've added at the beginning?
No, that's in normal respect. Like, I'm respecting
like
that.
Mr. or Sir.
Exactly, yeah. No, but this one is more of a higher one.
How do you say it?
Oga.
Oga.
No, don't say with the British accent. Now you're making the person poor. When you say Oga is like the person is,
Oga.
he's Oga.
Oga.
Yeah.
Oga
Chinedu.
Yes, well, good to be here.
¿Cómo estás bien?
Good one, guys. Brilliant.
It's the Europa League final. It's the first of 3 European finals in the next 10, 11 days. We've got this one, the
Mira
Conference
dónde
League
estoy,
and
tío.
the
O
Champions
sea,
League.
estoy en el pleno
It's
centro.
not just us three though, Shantelle. Or what was it? Amaka?
Es que si no me escuchas aquí, no me escuchas
Amaka,
allá.
yes, Amaka.
Amaka?
Thank you. That's a very good one. This is what I love to see, man. Amaka, respond. They are calling you, man.
Okay, 100 years later, thank you. You finally got to me. And yes, I'm looking forward to some
Hola,
new
hola, hola.
tears.
¿Qué
I
tal?
have my
1, 2,
copy
3.
of the
¿Me oyes
collective
mejor?
Clinton tears, of course. I want to see Manchester
No te he
United
escuchado bien.
go
¿Eso es un sí?
So I'm on socials tonight, so send me interesting comments and I'll be picking the best ones to read.
Nacho, ¿es un sí?
All right, guys, yes, send your predictions for tonight's match. It is the big one in all Premier League final, Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United. Before we get into it, we do have some very special guests joining us as well. But this is what's coming up on Sporty TV this week. Tomorrow, we see Sevilla versus Real Madrid in a replay. We have Albania and Germany in the U17 Men's Championship, and France and Portugal as well. Man City versus Bournemouth in a replay. On Friday, we have Belgium and Czechia and Napoli and Cagliari. Who will win the Serie A? We will find out in 2 days' time. Italy taking on England in the Lucrezia and Alex Ashmore derby on Saturday. Fenerbahce and Panathinaikos in the Euro League replay, as well as Olympiacos and Monaco. We have Auckland versus Melbourne City, Nagoya versus Urawa, Sheffield versus Sunderland in the EFL Championship playoff to see who will be going to the Premier League. Armenia versus Stuttgart in the DFB Pokal final, and Sunday, Kawasaki versus Osaka, Manchester United versus Aston Villa, Portugal versus Germany in the U17s, the final of the Euro League, France versus Albania, and we'll wrap it up with the third place of the Euro League match as well. So lots coming up this week, as per usual, but enough of that because today is all about the Europa League final. Guys, it's going to be a good one. We have a lot to get into, but first, let's introduce maybe some guests to the show. I'm hearing that we actually might be having someone on the grounds at San Mamés joining us momentarily, and I hear that Gary L. Smith might pop in at one point, Alex, but we never know when. Keeps us...
he does what he wants.
Yeah, he keeps us on our toes, but it's my absolute pleasure to introduce, from Friday Night Counterattack, Premier League journalist Hamza Kawadia, a dear friend of mine, joining the show, representing, of course, Manchester United this evening. Hamza, how are you?
It's good to see you, Sara. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to all of our watchers and listeners across the globe. I'm looking forward to today's game. I'm looking forward to hearing all your thoughts. I want to hear your theories. I want to hear your superstitions. Let's get into the show today. I'm looking forward to it.
Clinton, you have an ally here today. No Spurs fan.
Absolutely, man. Well,
And this is a diehard
I should have brought my sunglasses.
Oh, okay, so mine is just die United.
No, this I think
this one is a
I
proper
think
die
he's,
hard.
I think he's a bigger
level
Manchester United fan than you.
one. Damn. No, we can't lose today, though.
Clinton's an older Manchester United.
Well, exactly, yeah. I mean, I'm
I
more
should
like
have brought
a
the sunglasses
puppy,
as well.
man.
We should have been matching in the sunglasses.
Let's go through the lineups, guys, and we'll break it down because they have been released, both sides here, and we'll start off with the home side, Tottenham Hotspur. No surprise to see Vicario in between the sticks, a back four of Pedro Porro, Cuti Romero, Mickey van de Ven, and Udogie. The midfield of Sar, Bissouma, and Bentancur. And up front, no Kulusevski, as we know, he is out due to injury, so it will be Johnson, Solanke, and Richarlison. Your favorite player, actually.
Yeah, my boy.
Yep. Manchester United, Clinton's twin, Andre Onana.
Please don't repeat that rubbish again, please. I don't like hearing that.
Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, and Lenny Yoro. Dorgu, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, and Mazraoui. And up front, no Garnacho. Mason Mount slots in for this one. Højlund and Amad Diallo. Clinton, we'll start with Manchester United, and we'll start with you. What do you think about this lineup? Are you happy to see Mason Mount getting the start?
I mean, he's had pretty much last two really good performances. In the, he's even had a very I think he had 2 goals in one of the games as well. Like, I've always said it on this show that if you see players who are beginning to step up, I think the best way to repay them is to at least give them some kind of stat to kind of say, listen, we love what you're doing now, and this is now an opportunity for you to, since you're pretty much on that run. Alejandro Garnacho, of course, is one of that guy that you don't know what to get from him. Like, this one moment he's playing like he's in some kind of prime Ronaldo mood, and then the next one is playing like a Nicolas Jackson from the wing. Like, there's always that moment of what kind of Alejandro Garnacho are we going to get. The inconsistency is slightly alarming at this minute. So I think I'm kind of happy seeing Mason Mount there. He's always been a great player. For some reason, I don't know what happened. Obviously, injury here and there. He's not really giving us that Mason Mount that we would expect. But, I'm just happy seeing him come back on that wing. Amad Diallo on the right. I'm pretty much extremely happy. You know how much I love seeing that guy on the pitch. It's not just going to go through defenders. He's obviously going to give us that playmaking and getting the ball into the 18-yard box for Højlund. Now, I would always say to you guys, I'm not a very huge fan of Højlund. Whenever I see him there, I just imagine that Manchester United are playing with 10.5 men for some reason. I just don't see him as the guy who should be the striker for a team as massive as Manchester United. We can do way better. Hopefully, we get to see Mateta in Manchester United, assuming they would rate him to the level at which I do rate him. Our midfield, as usual, not too bad. Patrick Dogu is pretty much been very active for that Man U side. Bruno Fernandes, always class. Always going to be the guy who would, find them kind of creative passes here and there, even very threat to goal too. So he's the most important player for that Manchester United side. Casemiro, hopefully we get the class that would know of him from Real Madrid, Champions League, the kind of experience. And Mazraoui, of course, we hope to get the best of him today. Luke Shaw, hoping again, just come back from.
This one.
There are quite a few of them we hope. Of course, Harry Maguire, my boy,
Yep.
I love my man, and these are the kind of games where he comes out to shine. We've seen his performance lately, so I'm not going to expect anything less. Lenny Yoro as well, he's beginning to now pick up, he's beginning to now sink into that Manchester United side. So just head-to-head with Tottenham, in all honesty, I see Manchester United being able to pull up a very good game, in as much as Tottenham, they have a very brilliant team. When you look at that front three, Solanke, Richarlison, Brennan Johnson, these are really fast players. I'm hoping that the likes of Maguire, Yoro and Lucia will be able to keep up that fight. Dogu, I do trust him. He's got enough energy. So, apart from the fact that I want Manchester United to give me the win, I would say let the best man win.
Hamza, I'll ask you about the lineup as well. Obviously, Garnacho not in it, but we see no Dallo and no Ugarte as well. Are you comfortable with the decision by Ruben Amorim this evening?
Yeah, totally. I mean, Diogo Dallo was out through an injury, and Ugarte he was very shaky against Athletic Bilbao in the first leg before we scored our first goal to settle our own nerves down as well. So a lot of people forget about how he's had his worst 6 weeks in the last 6 weeks of playing for Manchester United, which is really worrying because when you're looking at someone with big game experience like Casemiro and Bruno, you wanted Bruno further up the pitch. But if he's trusting Mason Mount ahead of Ugarte and dropping Bruno Fernandes back, hopefully there's a plan to kind of bring a lot more passion and a lot more energy against the likes of Sara and Bissouma in that midfield for Spurs.
Absolutely. Alex, let's talk a little Tottenham Hotspur. We spoke about Richarlison yesterday. One goal in Europa League. Not maybe who Postecoglou wanted to start, obviously. Kulusevski and Matters are massive, massive losses for Spurs. But Clinton made a good point. You know, the front three of Solanke, so I just lost it here. Solanke, Johnson, and Richarlison. It's not bad, but not as good as we.
I mean, there's
could've
10 goals between that front three in the Europa League this season.
Yeah,
Yes.
but with only one coming from Richarlison, it's a little bit heavy
it's
on
a
the
bit
on the right side
lopsided.
there.
To be honest, I think if I look at this game today, that's where I think it's won and lost for Spurs, especially on the flanks. If they can make the most of what I think has been an up and down season for Mazwari, I think if they can put some pressure on Dorgu on that left-hand side and Luke Shaw as well, who, let's all be real here, hasn't played a hell of a lot of football over the last 18, 12 months. He's not the quickest. Lenny Yoro as well has had his injury problems this season. He's still very new to this United team. He joined in the summer. I think he's still finding his feet. He's definitely improved. But I think if they can put pressure on those flanks tonight, Tottenham, they could find themselves with a lot of success. And I think that'll be the big battle if they can get past those flanks and get the cross in. If Dominic Solanke can beat Harry Maguire to the header, I think that's where the games will be won and lost. I think the flanks and getting those crosses in, that's where the key areas are for Tottenham. And for Man United, I think overloading that midfield, you look at Pape Matar, Sarr, Bissouma and Bentancur, it's a solid midfield, but it's not a midfield that I think about and I go, wow, this midfield is world class, top quality. Yes, Bissouma has had his moments where he's played really well. Pape Matar Sarr has his moments as well where I think he can be a bit disappointing. Bentancur, again, nothing marvellous about this midfield. If Amad Diallo, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro can really control that midfield battle and almost not take them out of the game, but put that added pressure on the back four that they're thinking this midfield in front of us is getting run through every time that the ball comes forward. And we saw obviously Mason Mount, he's got 3 goals in his last 5 or 6 games, the 2 goals against Athletic Club in the semi-final, and he's sort of had that, I guess, reincarnation, as if you would. And I think for those 2 teams tonight, Tottenham on the flanks and United, if they can really control that midfield and put Tottenham under pressure and really swamp them, I think those are the 2 key areas to victory for tonight for the 2 sides.
Yep. All right, well, let's jump to Bilbao now because we have Sporty TV's very own Lucas Jimenez joining us from the San Mamés Stadium. Lucas, how are the scenes in Bilbao? We've been seeing it all over social media. We know how rowdy the English can get. But tell us yourself, how's the atmosphere?
Hi Sara, hi Clinton, hi Alex, hi Shantelle. I'm here at San Mamés. The atmosphere is absolutely buzzing, as you can see right here. I'm actually quite close to the Tottenham fans. I've been very, very close to them for the last, I would say, 2-3 hours. They blocked this entrance that I have right in front of me. They blocked the entrance to my left. They blocked the entrance to my right. I basically a lot of Man United fans in the last hours. I've been a bit stuck here, but the atmosphere is absolutely buzzing. It's fantastic. I have been running around Bilbao for the last, 15 hours since I arrived here, basically. And yeah, you can tell that it's a European night, a European final, and that both teams really need to win here.
I heard you were actually on the plane with someone of note maybe this morning. Can't hear us. That's too crazy. Lucas, who was on your plane this morning?
Sorry, I didn't hear you properly there. LeBron.
Who was on your flight this morning from Madrid to Bilbao?
I got you there. Well, on my flight this morning, it was someone that you may know a little bit. It's someone called Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio Romano was on my flight. Lounge. I saw him when he was entering, and we have a lot of confidence, you guys and myself. You know that I'm recording a Come With Me to the Europa League final. I'm going to post it on socials as well. And I'm trying to record everything as much as I can from my adventure here in Bilbao. And at that point, I didn't have my phone in my hand. It's incredible. So I only managed to just take a slight picture of him. But well, I would have loved to record having Fabrizio Romano on the plane. But well, I know that he sat on the first row and he was chilling. It was as well 5 a.m. It was half 5 a.m. So yeah, it was an early morning for all of us, I can say.
Well, drop the picture in your Come With Me to the Europa League final. We better see it. Lucas, before we let you go, because the connection is a little bit wobbly, I know you're a Manchester United fan, but I have to ask you for a prediction tonight, and let's see if the bias will affect it.
Well, it might. It just might. I have been asking this question to many fans all over the day, and even on the plane, even when I arrived here to Bilbao. And to be honest, something that I can say is that even Man United fans and Tottenham fans, they agree on one result, of course, in favor of their own team, but they agree on a 2-1 result. I don't know why, but everyone, a 2-1 result for Tottenham or to Man United. For me, it's a 2-1 for Man United.
Do you guys agree with the numbers at least, the number of goals?
That was my prediction yesterday, if I remember.
2-1 to United.
2-1 to United.
Do you see 2-1 either way, Clinton?
I see more of a 3-1 actually.
Wow. Oh, that's right. I think you were heavily favored. Yeah. Hamza, do you agree with the 2-1 result here, whether it's for Spurs or United?
Yeah, I said 2-1 earlier today. When I looked at the squad now, the team now, I'm thinking, if Man United just park the bus and go on a counter-attack, it's a 2-1 game.
Wow. Okay, so seems to be the common theme, I guess, then. Clinton's the only one here. Shantelle?
And no, it's just let Hamza know how right I am always on the show. So in case he wants to change his mind.
I wouldn't lie to a friend, though.
What do you mean you wouldn't lie? But you know it's the truth. When did you start lying?
Oh, not me. Could never be me. Shantelle, 2-1, do you see it?
Yeah, I don't see plenty goals, so
really?
It's definitely like 2-1.
1-0?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I hope
2-1 or 2-0.
Stop.
Or 2-0, yeah.
All right.
One of them.
Let's say goodbye to Lucas. Lucas, thank you so much for joining us from San Mamés. We hope you enjoy the match. I know you're going to be feeling it this evening and hoping that your Red Devils get the win.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for having me. See you soon.
Always a pleasure. Okay, Shantelle, let's jump to some socials and then we'll get back into it.
Yes, so socials buzzing, of course. I have a few predictions. So Kenneth says, I hope Spurs win, but they can't be trusted. But let's see this time around. I also have Hyatt saying Man United 3, Spurs 0. Owen is saying it's going to be 2-1 to Tottenham. I've seen quite a few 2-1s to Tottenham, actually. Andy says, I want to see Clinton crying like a baby today. Let's go Spurs. Marvin says Manchester United will win the game. And then you have Cuthbert saying Tottenham will win the match 2-0. So a lot of mixed reactions going on. But to be fair, I'm seeing more persons rooting for Tottenham.
Rooting for Tottenham?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe not Spurs fans, but they want Spurs to win. Let's have a little bit of fun. I know, Hamza, you were talking about a combined 11 yesterday, I believe. But Alex Ashmore has made a combined 11 for us. It's gone. Can you guys still hear me?
I did make a combined 11. I had a little bit of trouble making this combined 11. And you asked me, Clinton, how many United players in there? And I said at least one.
Which was an insult to United fans, just to let you know.
There are 3 in there.
There are 3?
3
Which is still very
players.
bad. I can't believe... Wait, only 3?
Only 3.
No, that's common.
And the United manager. I chose Ruben Amorim over Ange Postecoglou. But should we have a look at...
Wait. So your 3 is including our manager?
No. 3 and then the manager.
Right, okay.
So I've gone for Vicario in goal, I think, over Onana. Back 4 completely Tottenham Hotspur. Pedro Porro, Romero, Van der Ven and Udogie.
No Maguire.
The only one I was deciding and umming and ahhing between was putting Patrick Dorgo ahead of Destiny Udogie. That was the only one I just couldn't put Maguire ahead of Van der Ven or Romero. I think they're 2 very solid defenders. In the midfield, Basuma, Bruno Fernandes, and given how well he's been playing recently, Casemiro. And the front 3, Son, who's obviously on the bench tonight, but is fit, Dominic Solanke and Amad Diallo.
I think it totally makes sense. Obviously, when I look at that defense, fact is, I can't lie. I'll probably put Udogie first over Dogo, or sincerity.
Hello.
Sorry, I think we're having some technical difficulties here. Hamza, can you hear us?
I can hear you. I've got someone in my ear asking if I can hear.
Okay. Well, producers, get out of his ear. We're trying to talk to him. Okay. All right, carry on, Clinton. Or Alex.
Would you make any other changes?
Yeah.
If you were to put Maguire in there, who would you get rid of, Romero or Van der Ven?
It's a very difficult one, but obviously I'm just putting Maguire because
You're back 5.
It's more of I'm beginning to like what he does for that United team. You know, we are beginning to see how much he's taking responsibility, and we don't see as many mistakes that we will see from Maguire. And I'll probably say 1 season ago. I think he's a kind of off the game slightly, but yeah, you are definitely right. I think. Looking at that front 4, there's no way we're having Højlund over Solanke. So I would agree with you, Alex, on that one.
I think my main reason between them is if you look at the 2 of them, their stats this season in the Europa League, very solid, no errors. I think the 1 error leading to a shot from Romero, but Van der Ven are really probably one of the quickest players on that pitch. Just to have that extra pace as a centre-back, they're both very solid. They've been playing decently recently, and I think as well that midfield, Casemiro, if you'd asked me 6 months ago, Casemiro wouldn't have even got a look in on the bench, let alone in that starting 11. But he's been improved. He's improved a lot over the last couple of weeks, and I think 3 United players is about all I could squeeze in.
But that's quite sad, though, just looking at the fact that we only have 3 United players.
Well, let's ask Hamza what he thinks. Do you think there are any more United players that should get a shout in this combined 11?
Casemiro is a big one, especially if you're going on Europa League form this season. The clutch goals that he's come in with has been fantastic, and his leadership and his experience has been amazing to see. But I'm not too sure about leaving out Harry Maguire as well, especially after that Lyon game as well.
You just made Clinton smile very much, very much. So you'd put Harry Maguire then over Mickey Van de Ven?
Over Romero.
Over Romero. Oh, my goodness. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I would take it.
I think if you're talking about consistency in a defender, Guti is much more consistent than Harry Maguire, because you said this on the show yesterday. Harry Maguire, when he's on, he's on.
Yeah,
and
no,
you
that's
get
what I'm
those
saying.
moments. But I think Guti is much more of a consistent defender.
No, but like I was
think
saying,
we can remember as well that Maguire as a winger would be much better if you put him as a right winger like we saw him against Bilbao.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also have him there.
You also have him there. Okay, besides Harry Maguire then, Hamza, no more shouts for any more United players here?
Bruno, Casemiro, Maguire. Ahmad's been on and off, but you can't really argue against Spurs this season. They've been fantastic in attack, a lot better than Manchester United have as well. And that's where we've lost in the Premier League against them as well. So, no, I'd probably agree. A few changes, but not major changes from that.
3 losses to United.
3 in a row.
To be honest, actually, I think in their last 5 games, I don't know if this is a very correct analysis, but it's just something I saw on Twitter earlier.
They've lost their last 3 and they've not won in 6.
Well, exactly, yeah. So they've not won. So basically, their last 5 games, they've lost 4. They've drew 1 each.
And Dominic Solanke has scored in every single one of his last 4 appearances against Manchester United.
I mean, it's a tough one.
And he's got 5 goals and 4 assists in the Europa League this season.
No, but then, I've always rated Solanke, though.
And if he gets... I think he's not going to quite catch... The record for a player in an English team for most goal involvements in the season was 15 from Olivier Giroud with Chelsea. Don't think he's going to quite get to that. But in the Europa League this season, he's been a revelation for Tottenham. And I think perhaps something that when he signed, for me, I thought it was a fantastic signing, given how well he did at Bournemouth, but he hasn't perhaps quite lived up to the expectations in the Premier League. But I think that's also partly down to the fact that Tottenham have been poor this season.
As a team, yeah. So you wouldn't really blame the player. But then again, I think it still comes back to this whole thing we speak about Manchester United. You know, the whole giving us the best in European football and then coming to the Premier League. Yeah, two different. But you know, it's exactly what you may as well say with Tottenham too. You know, that's one of the reasons why I can't wait to watch this game, because it's like I said, it's two losers in the Premier League
16
coming
and
together.
17.
Yeah, literally 16 and 17. One of them about to steal their way into the Champions League, which obviously I'm hoping it becomes Manchester United, because it just means then again that, you know, the likes of proper strikers like a Victor Osimhen could consider coming to Manchester United when the time comes. So that's the only reason why I want us to win this game today. And you know, there is a very, you know, European football is different. They always put up some kind of unexpected performance, and tonight, hopefully, it's not different.
Hamza, if Manchester United win this evening, does that salvage this season?
Absolutely not. Nowhere near salvage the season. You've known me for a couple of years now, and you've seen how quiet I am on the group chat. You know when there's a Man United game, I don't talk about it because you know what the result's going to be. If we win tonight against Spurs, it's salvation for the day, salvation for the evening, but not salvation for the season, because there's a whole new rebuilding process to go all over again. And if I'm looking at Manchester United losing tonight, it then further deepens our recovery into this Premier League, because genuinely, without Bruno Fernandes, and even to be fair, without the wins under Eric Ten Hag, we would be in the relegation battle. That's how bad we'd be in the season. So a Europa League win would be amazing. I'll be cheering. My eyes will be crazy. And I'll probably be wearing my sunglasses like Clinton is today. But it will nowhere near salvage our season at all.
Do you guys have a parade if you win this? I know there's talks about it saying
Although
that.
I've heard they're not going to have a parade.
I think Harry Maguire was the one that came out and said that there wouldn't be a parade.
I think
for
they're
this.
just having a barbecue at Carrington. That's what I've read.
I'm not kidding.
Not
I think
even a
I've heard
barbecue.
just a barbecue out back.
I think it would be shameful if they did, though.
Well, that's what Manchester United fans and players are allegedly saying, because the caliber of a team of Manchester United, yes, not of late, but what the legacy of this club means
Of course.
to celebrate winning.
Literally,
the
at the
Europa
season.
League, which also a lot of Manchester United fans think that they're above the Europa League. They should be competing in
Of
the
course.
Champions League.
Of
So
course.
winning the Europa League,
And then ending up
finishing
16,
16 or 17.
Yeah,
You're playing
exactly.
Aston Villa,
I know. So yeah, it wouldn't make sense at all for them to win this and start going to a parade. Like, nah, that's a shame.
So then I'll ask the same question for Tottenham as well, because I think it's different. Alex, when you look at these two teams, Manchester United is obviously a bigger club than Spurs. Spurs winning this, does that, I don't want to say salvage, but we haven't seen them win a trophy in 17 years. What does that mean for Spurs? And does that change whether or not Ange Postecoglou stays?
I think from an immediate reaction now, I don't think, knowing how Spurs operate, and especially how Daniel Levy operates, I don't think Ange Postecoglou gets sacked either way. I think...
You think so? I think he gets sacked either way.
I think if they win, he's not getting sacked.
I think he gets sacked, it doesn't matter.
If they lose, there's a possibility. But I think the big thing is, when you look at Spurs this season, and Spurs have to understand this, reading out their injury list, Lucas Bouvral, Radu Dragusin, Fraser Forster, Kinski, Kulusevski, Maddison, Sergio Reguilon, Scarlett, Werner, Mikey Moore. That's a long list of injuries of players. Probably 8 or 9 of those players could earn a starting spot tonight if they were fit and in form. And yes, I know that it's football and you're always going to have injuries, but Spurs have had a really bad run of luck when it comes to injuries this season. And I think Ange Postecoglou has felt a lot of pressure from that. And I think all of his previous jobs, Celtic being the only one where he's perhaps felt any media pressure, but even when in the Premier League, it's so much bigger. And you can see it get to him. You can see the frustration on his face, the way he answers some questions, the way he snaps back at reporters occasionally. And I think for Spurs, sacking Ange Postecoglou won't save the problem. They have to spend money on players. That's the only way that this situation is going to improve. They've got a squad that's thin, and it's a good squad, but it's not a squad you look at and think, yeah, that's going to be challenging for top 4. You look at them in comparison to Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Aston Villa, Newcastle. They're nowhere near that level. They've got a few players in there that you think, yes, are good. Son, Kulusevski, Maddison, Solanke. Other than that, though, there's no one that really shines out to you and goes and says, wow, I'm a world-class player and I'm going to lead this Tottenham side to a trophy. And yes, they've got to the Europa League final, but I think sacking Ange, as much as a manager could do a better job, I still don't think it's going to solve the problem for Spurs.
Similar problem for Manchester United, it seems. Both these clubs in similar situations. Hamza, before we let you go, I'll ask you this. If Manchester United don't win this evening, how crucial and how much will that affect next season, knowing that they probably won't have the best summer transfer window with the likes of players leaving, no European contention, and that also doesn't draw a lot of players to want to play for them?
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. And the way I'm looking at it, with no European football, it may be a blessing in disguise for Manchester United players, not so much the fans and not so much the media, because you're looking at it thinking maybe this team isn't good enough to play European football. And we've seen that this season. Clinton and I will agree that the fact that our Premier League form has been woeful and we've been really embarrassed. And the fact that I went to the last Man United game I covered was at Nottingham Forest, and for seeing Anthony Elanga counter-attack on us, score a goal, not celebrate, and then we didn't really lay a glove on them for the rest of the game. I was asking Ruben Amorim after the game, I was like, where do you see Mason Mount playing in this game? And then a few of my friends were like, why are you asking about Mason Mount? He should be gone in the summer. And you're kind of like, a lot of these players need to kind of move on for us to move on as a club. And it's really worrying to see if we do lose this game, no £100 million excess bonus fee that we're going to get for winning. We're not going to get any new TV rights for the Champions League. We're going to have to get rid of a lot of our squad because we can't afford their wages. And it's looking like we're just plummeting downhill in a way that a lot of rival fans will be really excited about. But as Manchester United fans and as Manchester United media, we're looking at it thinking dark times are ahead, especially if you're looking to build a new stadium. And Sir Jim is looking to get rid of a lot more financial expenses, getting rid of costs to the women's team, costs to the staff in Carrington, at Old Trafford. And it's a gloomy day ahead if we lose this game. And it's not just going to be on Ruben Amorim, it's going to be on the whole club of Manchester United to see this is where we've been led as a club since Sir Alex Ferguson and David Gill left in 2013.
Yeah, well, the pressure is going to be on for Manchester United, Ruben Amorim, and all the players this evening. But Hamza, it's been a pleasure to have you with us. One last time, your prediction for this evening, 2-1 to Manchester United in 90 minutes?
I'm going to say 2-1 in extra time.
Wow.
Say,
Okay.
Man United don't give it. Man United don't give it to us easy. We've seen that all season. If it's going to be a win, it's going to be a hard-fought win. But everyone, thank you very much for having me.
Fair enough, a red card. We'll see what happens this evening. All right, Hamza, an absolute pleasure to have you join us on the show. I'm sure you'll be back again soon, and the best of luck this evening for your Manchester United.
My pleasure. Thank you, everyone, for your time. God bless. Enjoy your evening. Take care.
Thank you. Shantelle, it's been a minute. Let's jump to some comments. We're going around in a lot of circles here.
Okay, so we had a poll running who will win tonight, and 69% says Manchester United and 30% says Tottenham. So we're seeing more confidence going to Man United now. And for Alexis combined 11, yes, 55%. So okay. You had the majority votes. Persons agreed with you. And as for the comments, we have persons, for example, Hanin Tex, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, says our captain will score 1, Ahmad 1, Mount 1, and Zirkzee 1. So a lot of confidence coming from this person. And Sabri says this game will be a big salvage for Man United season. So I guess they disagreed with you guys saying that it doesn't change what they've done. They get Champions League football next season, and they have a whole pre-season to get themselves together. And then on the flip side, we have persons screaming, shouting, let's go Spurs. So that's what socials is looking like right now.
It's all over the place. Everyone's getting excited, as we saw from Lucas earlier at San Mamés. It just seems absolutely, it's just chaos right now. Bilbao just covered with English fans right now, Alex. That's what's happening. An all-English final. All right, well, speaking of English teams, let's bring in now our very own Arsenal fan, Gary L. Smith, joining us from Sporty FM all the way in Accra. Hello, Gary. Just kidding. We don't have Gary yet. I told you. Well, we never know when he's going to show up. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Well, I want to ask you guys this, because speaking of Gary and Arsenal, I've also been hearing a lot of pundits and on social media, if Spurs or United win tonight, well, one of them will. Does that mean that they had a better season than Arsenal?
Of course not. Come on. Who says that, though?
I've been hearing the whispers.
I mean, I would just think that's very silly to say because you're comparing them to a team they literally went on to play Champions League football, dropped out at the quarterfinals. Semi-finals, right? Sorry.
Semi-finals.
Semi-finals, yeah. And then you end up still managing to still secure some Champions League football for next season. You are second in the league. Like, you are for either Tottenham or United, before this game goes on, they don't even know their fate. Their fate could literally be 16th or 17th in the league. So how do you then compare them because they've won a European? Like, do you think if Arsenal were competing right now in this European side, like, you don't think they will probably get to the final?
If Arsenal were in this Europa League, I think they would win it.
Come on, exactly.
But I think when you look at the two situations, Arsenal, let's say they finished second in the Premier League. They got to the semi-final of the Champions League. They didn't get anywhere in the FA Cup. They were knocked out in the third round, I think, by Manchester United, weren't they? Back in January. It's a long time ago. The Carabao Cup, they didn't win the Carabao Cup, so they're trophyless.
Yeah.
They finished second again.
Yeah.
United, yes, finishing 16th is an epic failure. Well, it's a failure of epic proportions when you're talking about a club like Manchester United. But by winning a trophy and getting Champions League football, I feel like it's, and there's two ways of looking at it. If I'm a neutral and you said to me, which team would you have wanted to support this season, and say one of them wins a trophy and qualifies for the Champions League and the other one doesn't qualify for the Champions League, I'd say the one that wins the trophy. But in terms of success and how well they've done, I think you've got to say Arsenal have had a better season.
Well, I feel like
You agree?
I don't agree with the fact that you win a trophy, you automatically become the best after
Because
being
you
rubbish.
you don't base success on trophies, or you do.
Of course. I mean, right now, you have to base it on trophies. I mean, every single...
So then if Manchester United win tonight, then they'd have a better season than Arsenal.
I mean, of course, by getting a trophy, I agree. But all I'm saying is I don't rate United for winning a trophy
you
tonight
can't.
over
When you
Arsenal.
finish like 17th
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
Premier League.
Like
Because
for
Arsenal
a team like
hit their goals
Yeah,
otherwise. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, this is Manchester United we are speaking about. This is literally Manchester.
The stat that I keep thinking of is if the bottom three teams in the Premier League didn't exist.
Of course, Manchester is gone.
Yeah, Manchester.
Or let's say you had like three other stronger ones.
No. If they didn't exist, if the Premier League was based on 17 teams, and you never had to play those teams, those results didn't count, Manchester United would be dead last in the Prem. That's a scary stat.
Of course.
Anyways, Clinton says he always tells the truth on the show. So that means it's time for booking codes. Clinton, let's start with your booking code. I have it here if you want. Do you want it?
Oh, you have them, yeah?
You can read it. Clinton's code. Clinton code.
Yeah, KlintonCod.
For his very own Manchester United. What have you gone for?
I mean, that's not even all of it, to be honest, because there's an area that says many more.
Sounds like we will read Sarah's.
Yes, please, go on.
All right, guys. My booking code for this evening, I'm staying away from a winner because it's a final. And with these two sides, you never know. So I'm going over 2.5 goals. I think we're going to see some goals. Maybe not too many, though, but 2.5 I think is a good number here. Over 9.5 corners, both teams are going to be attacking, and both teams struggle with the defense. So I think that's an okay shout, both teams to score. Son to have 3 shots, as well as Bruno Fernandes. I think if you're going to look at 2 players on each side, it's between Son and Solanke, and probably Bruno Fernandes. Otherwise, maybe we'd see Diallo get in there. But I think Bruno is definitely the one you want to back for the Red Devils. Clinton, what do you think about my code really quickly? That's 9.45 for you.
9.5, not too bad, to be honest. I think I pretty much saw your code earlier, just before we came off here, and I was like, okay, I think you guys are beginning to want to chase me.
Do you want me to read your code? Because I have it here.
Oh, yes, please, do it.
All right, let's go back to Clinton code. So Clinton, for his Manchester United, is going over 2.5 goals as well. Home or away, double chance. So that's in 90 minutes. So you think one of them is going to win in the 90?
Definitely.
Over 9.5 as well, same. Over 4.5 bookings.
Yep,
I think
that one is going to be very chaotic, 100%. I see it happening.
Oh, we've both gone. Bruno over two shots on target. And Son over 2 shots on target.
I mean,
as
not
well.
shots on targets, though. It's literally just shots.
Sorry. Shots. You're right. And both teams to score in the second half.
Absolutely.
And you can get that 19.14.
Yep. I decided to
I like it. I think this is also decent.
For a lot of selections, though, I was
Yeah.
expecting higher odds.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
For real?
I think
making
the
that
odds
many-
makers don't even know what to do with this one.
If I'm making that many selections, I want at least 40.
Yeah, no, I agree,
30 or
with you,
40.
but I think it's because mine is, nearly.
They're so likely to happen.
Yeah.
Alex Ashmore, let's hear your booking code.
Yes, so I've gone for over 2.5 goals. Gone for a Manchester United win inside the 90 minutes.
Hello.
So no extra time, no penalties. Over 10.5 corners. I think Solanke and Harry Maguire will have a busy night. And finally, I've gone for both teams to score. That, of course, odds can change, but 9.4 odds.
Okay, well, at SportyBet right now, this is how it's looking. Tottenham Hotspur to win in the 90, 3.42. Manchester United to win in the 90, 2.29. So slight favorites for Ruben Amorim's side. And the draw, if you think it's going to go into extra time, 3.44. So we'll see. Shantelle, what are the people saying?
Oh, the people are saying a lot, actually. So we have more predictions coming in, and I'm seeing more 2-1 win for Man U. Someone says it will end in penalty shootout and Tottenham will win. And back to the conversation that you were having with how you judge a season. Someone says we judge a season with trophies, so either Tottenham or Man United will have a better season than Arsenal should either wins. Charles says, Clinton, who do you think will be the standout player for Man United today? So we have a question for Clinton. And lastly, so think about it, I'll come back to you. Street Fighter says, in caps, so he's obviously shouting this, the year Kane breaks his curse is the same year Spurs will break their curse. So I guess Street Fighter sees Spurs winning this. So Clinton, back to you. Who is the standout player?
In all honesty, I think there are quite a few players I would expect to be standout players. First of all, I would say Amad Diallo. However, obviously, due to his injury, we are not really... I think he still needs a couple of more games to kickstart that excellent performance that we've seen in him, earlier this season. Apart from him, I will tell you this is going to be very, very odd. Like, this one, they will be like, what? But I'm looking at the Casemiro.
Wow.
Are you guys not shocked?
I am shocked. I thought we were going to say Bruno Fernandes.
I mean,
Yeah,
I could have
thinking he was
said
gonna go with Bruno.
I could have said Bruno. Literally, I could have said Lenny Euro, but I don't know why I'm hearing it straight from my left ears, and it's very faint. Like it's like a voice.
I think given how much... It depends on the game plan that United use. If they plan to attack, or if they plan to sit back and catch Tottenham on the break. If Tottenham are the team controlling possession, I think Casemiro could play a key role in slowing down the play. But for United... I think it's all going to come down to that man in the middle, Harry Maguire.
I see Casemiro scoring a goal today.
Yeah?
Wow.
For real. I don't know. I even see it as a header.
How much do you want to bet on that?
No, it's actually a header, for real.
A header.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
I don't like betting with you these days.
I'll give you...
Casemiro to score anytime, including overtime, 6.
And let me
One
tell you,
goal,
let
one
me tell you,
plus.
let me tell you how the goal is going to come.
Yep.
Somebody's going to kick the ball. Hold on, I'm saying it
I
now.
reckon
I'm saying it.
Someone's
No.
going to kick it.
Someone's going to kick the
he's
ball.
gonna
Wow.
do-
No,
Kick it
because
again, and it's
because
gonna go
no,
past the
no,
goalkeeper.
because what I see, I'm not seeing it's not showing me the person that kicks it, right? So that's why I said somebody kicks the ball. The person was trying to score, but I think there was I think the ball hit someone. It came up and Casemiro heads it in. That's what I see.
Like a deflection.
It was more like a deflection ball. Casemiro
Like a
just
deflection
took advantage
off a
of
player
it.
and then
Yeah,
Casemiro.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean that's what I see.
Well, we will find out.
Yeah.
Momentarily, guys. We are 5 minutes away from the Europa League final as it's being carried out on to the pitch. As we speak, we're going to take a short break and then we will join you for the watch along Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United. In 5 minutes, we'll be right back.
What are your friends?
Don't worry, the big boys are coming. I will stay loyal to you as I am to SportyBet. I will keep you safe and secure like Sporty does my winnings. I will share my booking codes with you and only you. I will... yes. I will be your hero, your true Sporty hero.
are your friends?
Don't worry, the big boys are coming. I will stay loyal to you as I am to Sporty Bets. I will keep you safe and secure like Sporty does my winnings. I will share my booking codes with you and only you. I will... yes, I will be your hero, your true Sporty hero. Selfie with the big boys!
Welcome back, everyone. It is the Europa League final. We are moments away from kickoff at San Mamés. Tottenham Hotspur taking on Manchester United. Sara, KlintonCod, Alex Ashmore, and Shantelle Brown. Pardon me, Shantelle.
No, what do you mean, Shantelle?
Joining you for this watch along. Clinton's very own Manchester United in action. The first time we're going to see Clinton in the hot seat. So very excited. Guys, let's go through the lineups one more time as this match is about to kick off. Tottenham Hotspur with Vicario, Pedro Porro Romero, Van de Ven, Dogi, Sara Basuma, Bentancur, and Johnson, Solanke, and Richarlison up front. For Manchester United, it's Onana, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Lenny Yoro, Dorgu, Fernandes, Casemiro, and Mazraoui, and Mason Mount, Højlund, and Amad Diallo. Guys, ready for this one? Clinton, how do you feel?
No, I feel very good, man, because I pretty much know what the score is going to be. It's
3-1 to United, you said?
3-1 to United. United wins. I see Casemiro scoring as well. It's going to be a very beautiful game. Both teams pretty much very poor in the Premier League, and I think we're just going to be... remember what I said on the show was I said between two blind men, one can see better. So I'm just obviously expecting Manchester United to be that one that's going to see better tonight. Of course, Alex has shown us his combined 11 most players from Tottenham, but... I still trust United. I think this is the point where they tend to show us really that they are not really gone. This might be a lifeline for them, Champions League football next season. And I think it's just going to be up and up for Manchester United just from there. I don't see Tottenham doing anything special. Not seeing anything special from them apart from Europa. You could say the same for United. But yeah, United is for me. But I feel good. So I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Oh my God, sorry, stop. Everyone at home, we're apologies for that.
Do you know the last time Mason Mount started in this position, this very position in a European final? Do you remember what happened?
Yeah, he played. I mean,
I just said that. The last time he started in this position in a European final, Chelsea won the Champions League.
Really? Okay.
So
good
that's
sign.
any good luck for Manchester United tonight.
Good sign. And the funny thing, Mason Mount always turns up in really important games like this, though.
Semi-final, 2 goals against Athletic Club.
Exactly.
3 goals in his last 5 games.
No, he's been on fire. That's why I'm not surprised he's literally starting. Over Garnacho.
I'm glad he is.
No, you know the funny thing. I think Garnacho is now beginning to prove to us that he's a player that probably should be coming from the bench. In all sincerity, I think that's when he tends to. Let me tell you what's happened with Garnacho, right? When he first came, he brought this Cristiano Ronaldo aura where people felt like, this is some
I'm
kind
glad
of.
Amorim's felt he can drop him.
Yeah. I think that's part of it. That's part of it, literally. It's the fact that he is now being put in a position where he would learn, right? And now when he comes on, he's going to have some kind of zeal and will that he has to do something to gain that starting position again. So, and this is what I love to see in teams. I love to see these options from managers to say, listen, if you don't perform, this person is going to start. Whoever does better. But it becomes bad when there are no spare parts. When players feel like there's nobody better than me here. There's no other player that's going to take this position, so I can play the way I want. Look at Chelsea, for example. With Nicholas Jackson, just because there's literally no out-and-out striker that Chelsea could manage, they just keep managing a mediocre. I mean, it's not like it's a mediocre, but everybody pretty much knows that one thing Chelsea needs is definitely a striker. So yeah, Today is today.
Today is today.
Chinedu, today is today.
Joining us now, all the way from Accra, Sporty FM's very own Calvin Wusu, here for kickoff.
Yeah, Sara, it's been an exciting evening here. No, we've seen some showers, but people are poised and ready for action. For Manchester United fans, they believe that this could be, the right moment for them to restart again after their malaise seasons after the Sir Alex Ferguson reign. And for Tottenham Hotspur, if Ange Postecoglou manages to win this, it could also be an opportunity for them to restart and rebuild again after what they've seen in the last couple of years. It hasn't been an exciting season, and the two sets of sides will be looking forward to getting the very best from this. Many have spoken a lot about their poor performances, but they believe that if they manage to win a trophy, then they are better off than Manchester City and Arsenal, who have failed to win anything this season.
Well, we are underway at San Mamés. Calvin, I'll ask you, in Accra at the event right now, are we seeing more United fans or Spurs fans? I could take a guess, but you tell me.
Well, yes. Well,
There
a
you
lot of
go.
them have been gathered, though the showers have shied a number of them away. But here is a Manchester United fan, Brennan, with lots of confidence ahead of this evening's game. Perry, This is a very big game. How are you guys feeling, and what are your expectations of your team tonight?
Glory, glory, Man United. We are taking the cup back to Manchester. We are taking the cup back to Carrington. That is all I know. Whatever happens at the end of 90 minutes, at the end of extra time, at the end of penalties, we are bringing the cup back into Carrington. There's no cup in Manchester this particular season. There's no cup in Manchester. And we will be the favorite sons. We will be the favorite sons, the favorite Red Rebels who will bring the cup back to Carrington. Whatever happens at the end of 90 minutes, extra time or penalties. That's all I know.
Well, that's all what he knows. But this time around, it's not a male, it's a female. Yes, very big Tottenham Hotspur fan. Yes, Yvonne, has been, a very poor season for Tottenham Hotspur fans. But what could this do for you guys this season and the season ahead?
Okay, we are going to, if we win this game, we are going to get the trophy, of course. We have a spot in the Champions League. We're going to restore our pride and our dignity in the English Premier League. And of course, that Super Cup final.
Send a message to the Arsenal fans if you win this game. Not me, I'm not
Oh,
part.
man.
We own North London. We own North London.
All right. Okay, so she's not ready to send any other message to the Arsenal fans. So as you can see, both of the two sets of fans are brimming with confidence. We look forward to how the game is going to pan out. At least Clinton predicted for Manchester United. I think that Tottenham Hotspur should win this. And I predict they can win by 2-1. But we'll wait to see after the first half what could happen between the two sets of teams. Yeah, in Accra, we are very much ready. And we hope that we don't receive more showers to ruin our day.
I hope so as well, so we can keep connecting with you. But maybe remind those Manchester United fans, Calvin, for us, that Man City are competing in the Club World Cup, so they still have a chance to win a trophy.
And they won the Community Shield.
Well, they don't care
yeah.
about that. Yes, they don't care about that. They think that the Community Shield is just a ceremonial tournament, and it's not just when City have failed to win anything. They want to appease the heart of Pep Guardiola, who shed crocodile tears last night. That yes, at least he had a trophy.
Clinton, what do you think about Calvin's prediction for Tottenham to win?
Did he predict for
Do,
Tottenham to win?
do you think if enough people say
Yeah.
a certain result, it will happen?
No, I mean,
Everyone
obviously.
said 2-1. If it's United or Spurs.
It's really funny, actually.
No, I think 2-1 is definitely not going to happen today, in fact. And I don't see 2-1, especially now that a lot of
Clinton,
them have
that
said
is a heavy prediction. 3-1 is a heavy prediction. This
So
is
just
not the
watch it
El
happen.
Clasico, please.
Watch it happen. By the way, whilst we're here, I just want to let all our subscribers who are watching us right now to know that we have a Real Madrid shirt just right next to me. Now, this shirt has been signed by all the stars, literally every single player from Real Madrid. Look at them, including my signature. I mean, mine is still cleanable.
It's not Clinton's.
No, mine is still, I
Amazing.
can still wipe mine.
He's
in case
done
you
it with
don't-
invisible ink.
But yeah, we're giving this out to a lucky fan. All you need to do is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if possible, let me know why you want me sending this to you, or why you want us to send it to you, wherever you are. So yeah, subscribe on our YouTube, and that's all you got to do.
Subscribe and let us know why you want to win it. We're giving it away next Saturday for the Champions League final, May 31st, guys, so you have a ton of time. Kelvin, we'll let you go and enjoy the match. We'll try and connecting with you at halftime.
Right.
Try and stay dry.
I will enjoy the game too.
Thank you. Kelvin coming to us from Accra. It's a global event, the Europa League final. 5 minutes in, 0-0, Tottenham and Manchester United. Clinton, you're very confident. So far, so good.
No, absolutely. I trust the team. I don't think this Tottenham would pose any kind of threat in terms of stealing a win. Of course, they will see one or two, maybe one goal from them, but I don't see them being the ones to, be celebrating. I don't see why celebrating. Today is definitely the Reds, the Devils. Like I said, Bruno Fernandes, maybe see a goal. Casemiro, I see a goal as well. That one, I think that's the surest one I've seen so far.
Shantelle, what's everyone saying since the match has commenced? Any changes?
Not really. I'm still seeing a split in terms of support for both sides. But someone says Spurs lack creativity in the midfield. Sabri says, I think Bruno or Mount could be the standout player for Man United. Steve Cook says, with Onana in goal for Manu, Spurs actually have a chance. And someone says, I think Clinton is overshadowed with fear because Man United is going to lose.
Catching all the shots today.
Yeah, a few shots.
Team playing naturally. Shantelle, on a personal level, I believe that you are going for Tottenham Hotspur. Am I right in saying that?
You know what?
Oh.
No, the thing is,
wait.
No. I am. But it's like both teams are like equally bad, and it's like I'm just.
But you're a Liverpool fan. Manchester United is surely worse.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what's the hate then towards Spurs? Because it's not like they've.
I don't hate Spurs, but I'm saying that they're equally as bad as Man United.
Oh, in terms of quality.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not really forced to choose one, but I'm going for Spurs because one, I'm never going to go for a Man United win. Two, I would love to see Clinton have a meltdown. I mean, it's my turn, my time now. I've been waiting actually. So let's go Spurs.
I'm drinking wine.
Oh, no, you're not. Alex, earlier you actually told me that, just preference-wise, you favored Manchester United a little bit to win. Why is that?
I mean, to be honest, I don't think I'm too bothered. I think as long as there's goals, as long as
don't sound too enthusiastic.
No,
don't sound too
obviously it's an exciting game. I'm looking forward to it. As long as there's goals, I think may the best team win. I don't mind who wins. As long as, like I always say, as long as we've got entertaining football, I'm happy.
All right, well, so far, no goals to be seen, but back and forth. Both teams looking very hyper right now, getting on the ball, trying to make something happen. It's looking promising so far.
United's the better team so far. They've had a few chances going forward. I think Bruno Fernandes has tried to wade his way through that Tottenham defence, but I think both sides are trying to start things off cautiously. They don't want to go behind. They don't want to risk too much from the beginning. And we're actually seeing United putting a nice few a few passes together, a nice little bit of possession. I say that, they give the ball away, and it's a Tottenham throw-in.
Is it fair to say, Alex, sorry to cut you off here, that if a team were to go down first, that it would be more detrimental to a team like Tottenham, where we've seen Manchester United go down, able to come back? Obviously, that match against Lyon that no one will ever forget.
Yeah, I think, you never know you never want to go down in a final, but I think when you look at United, the grit that they've showed in the Europa League, almost when you think of Real Madrid in the Champions League, it's been a bit like that with Manchester United in the Europa League. They're the only team unbeaten left in Europe this season. They would be, I think, the fourth team to win the competition without losing a single game, and they've been impressive. They've scored 35 goals in the competition. I think 2-3 goals tonight, and they'd be the all-time highest scorers in a single competition in the single season. And I think when you look at this United team, they've got players in there, they've got experience. You look at Harry Maguire, he's played in World Cup semi-finals, Euros finals, Mason Mount, Champions League finals. And you look at this Spurs team, and I think they do have a little bit of experience, but I do think there's a lot of players that perhaps quite haven't experienced that big stage yet in their career.
It's a corner here for Spurs. Lucas was saying actually that Bilbao is filled with a lot more Tottenham Hotspur fans. Is that surprising for you, Clinton?
Not really. I mean, when you look at Tottenham, judging from the last time they've had a trophy, I think this is probably one of the closest they've come since 2021, I believe. And it's a very special moment, especially for the team they're playing against. This is Manchester United, and this is obviously a lifeline for them to play Champions League football. So it pretty much just makes sense to see that many crowd. I think if I was a sports fan, I probably would find my way there because it's going to be quite a celebration for them. I mean, this is literally the Europa, and they're going to play Champions League football, after a really, really poor season as well. So I just could imagine them going with that crowd and finding out that Manchester United has literally won the game with like 3 good goals, and just imagine what the mood in Bilbao would be like. That's something I would love to see. So I think they've obviously gone there because they feel like there's some level of hope, knowing how poor Tottenham have been in the Premier League. Manchester United have been in the Premier League as well. So they might feel like, okay, our players have what it takes to get the advantage of winning. Like I said earlier again, oh my God, sorry, what's about to happen?
Spurs on the attack. Brennan Johnson with the ball across.
Hey!
Whoa.
Hey! Hey!
United get clear.
Hey, God, I beg you. God, I beg you.
United under pressure.
Woof!
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Pape Matar with a shot there that's blocked. And
Was that the other?
Mazraoui, I think, taking down Richarlison there really aggressively. And chance for Spurs, and we're seeing KlintonCod sweat for the first time.
And that's it's those ones where Mazraoui's going for it, but Richarlison knows Mazraoui is coming for it, and he decides not to go for it. I know he went in the back of him quite frivolously, if that's the right word. He just went in the back of him without any concern for his safety. But Richarlison wasn't going for the ball. Corner have a Tottenham. Tottenham have a corner, not corner have a Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Brennan Johnson.
Is it a corner or a free kick?
It's a free kick, sorry. Free kick.
Had to be a free kick.
There you go.
Pedro Porro lining up over it. Can they find Dominic Solanke's head in
Can you imagine
box?
it's Richarlison, the one that brings glory to Tottenham Hotspur? We could all do the pigeon together. I taught you the dance yesterday,
Ball whipped
remember?
in.
Oh, la la.
To United's managed to get clear there, I think, as
Another corner.
Dorgu lets it roll out for a corner. Tottenham on the attack here. United under a little bit of pressure.
The fans looking very, very tense all around right now.
There's probably a few Athletic Club fans wandering around the city tonight, a little bit jealous of these two teams tonight.
Yep. You would say so.
AD Samuel says this is just the beginning. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, jeez Louise. Well, it's a corner kick for Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham Hotspur fans all behind the goal there.
4 corners, by the way, Clinton, and you and I have gone for over 9.5. We're halfway there.
Yeah. I think that one's pretty much.
Should have hit it up a bit.
Yeah.
I've gone for over 10.5.
I think it's probably going to be one of them games.
Okay, so we've all done corners, so we all know what to expect.
4 corners in the first 12, 13 minutes. Ball in from Tottenham, headed away by United. It comes to Brennan Johnson. Is that Kobe Mainoo on the ball there, who gets knocked to the floor with an elbow. Patrick Dorgu on the floor. Is that
Mr. Johnson.
I think that is a foul. You can see.
No, you have to be a foul.
I mean, I don't think it's quite as malicious as it looked first off, but Johnson clearly does get an elbow in Dorgu's face there.
Ruben Amorim getting after it.
Amorim, this is the one.
Sonny on the bench.
Lifeline for this season, at least have something, man. Imagine actually him winning this trophy, and it's like the first season with United, you get one.
He would become the 3rd manager in United's history to win a trophy in their first season at the club.
Who was
name the other 2? Mourinho and?
Obviously, come on, man. No. Wait, there's no way Ferguson would have done that.
Nope.
Ten Hag.
Ferguson actually had quite a
Ten Hag, yeah.
Yes. And he's only been here since November.
Clinton, what are your thoughts on Amorim if they lose tonight? Is he out?
No, it's definitely not out. I think they pretty much understand that, this season has just been some kind of experimental season for him and United. So they pretty much understand that he's a very good coach for the team and he pretty much understands the assignments.
When you say he's a good coach, though, the stats don't reflect that.
No, of course he doesn't. But then again, if he wins a trophy...
I'm saying if he doesn't. I'm saying if they don't win tonight.
No, if they don't win tonight, of course, I just feel like one season of him still experimenting with his team.
But he's done worse than Erik ten Hag.
Of course, he has definitely done worse. But then again, why has he done worse? Because he's just tried to do
lost
something.
more games.
He has.
So that would be worse.
No, in all sincerity, I think a person like Amorim should be some kind of a coach where they will not expect to start giving you results, especially with the kind of players Man United have.
That's well done.
Wow, that was good from Dog, man. But yeah, so I feel like they would have to give him that grace that they've given Arteta for Arsenal. I think this is something I believe they will be doing with Manchester United and Amorim.
But Arsenal never finished 16th.
No, of course,
Arteta, even in the worst season.
Yeah, but this is United. This is a really proper bad season.
A proper bad team.
Players who are not wanting. I mean, how many players could you single out from United right now? Diallo, Fernandes. Like, I'm talking about world-class players.
Yeah. It is one of the world-class players, Bruno Fernandes, stepping up for a corner for United here. An opportunity for them to try and go up.
Relieving a little bit of pressure after Tottenham have been attacking. Ball swung in.
Good punch away from
Yes.
Vicario.
That's going to be a shot.
Wow! Chance for Manchester United. And that was Amad Diallo. Did it come off the fingers of Vicario? Did he get a hand on that?
The camera shook as the ball went across.
Yeah.
Ball back from Maguire, and it's a lovely turn.
Let's say this will be the better angle.
So there's a punch away from Vicario, falls to Harry Maguire. I think there is a deflection off.
I think it went right through his hands.
I don't think it touched.
I don't think it touched Vicario.
But
no.
I think it came off a defender. I think. No, they didn't give the corner. It's a goal kick to Tottenham Hotspur.
Chantelle, whenever you see if someone's saying anything interesting in the comments, just feel free to.
I'll definitely throw it in there.
Well, we are a third of the way into the first half here, Clinton. No goals just yet, but Amad Diallo is on a breakaway. But Destiny and Dougie read that well.
I'm loving this game so far.
Why?
I think I'm kind of loving the back and forth. Both teams kind of like posing some level of threat against each other. Of course, the first, say, 5 minutes is just Man United keeping possession of the ball. But I think Tottenham are beginning to come out to play, literally giving United what they seem to be getting from them. And it's not been too bad. I would expect less from them. But then again, both teams are pretty much poor. So I wouldn't even tell you if this is just a brilliant performance from anybody. If they were facing proper teams, what could have been what would we have been seeing on the screen?
Oh, that was a good ball in. Was that what Charles said?
Yep.
He's hungry. Clinton, you were talking about Richardson yesterday. You said you liked him.
No, absolutely, I like him. I feel like there's something in him that we're just not seeing. He's one of those kind of important players where he would always come to save you when you need him the most, and you would always see how much he's trying. He's one of those guys that he's not lousy. My man is trying to go get the ball. He's trying to, create something out of nothing. Like he has that, just find me kind of attitude.
Yeah.
And that's just something I love about him. And in fact, we've seen him score really brilliant goals as well. Like he's got really good screamers, and it's one of those kind of goals where sometimes you would just not expect it. It's either he's jumping through the back of behind somebody and he's heading the ball in, or he's just jumping in to do this tapping that you would never see him reaching. Like I just love his work rate.
Yeah.
Well, we have a few comments. Isaac says it's going to be a great match. However, I believe that Man United is going to win with a tight margin. Someone says Solanke with a hat-trick.
Can you imagine?
Huh. And Clinton, sorry to say, but God will. Nathaniel says Man United will lose. So a lot of persons still saying that. And Manuel says Tottenham deserve this trophy. I'm praying for Son to win this trophy. And Andrew says if Tottenham does not win this, they might not win a trophy in the next 10 years.
Oh,
Sorry, are you tired?
Not
Are we
really.
keeping you awake?
I was expecting.
team
I was
playing?
expecting
Yeah.
more goals already by now, man. I was expecting like 2 goals already at 19 minutes.
No,
Well-
that's ambitious.
Clinton, just on Tottenham winning and Son winning, you know, you're a man of the juju. And like we mentioned, there is some juju going around with Newcastle winning after 70 years, Crystal Palace and the FA Cup,
Yeah.
Harry Kane and
Kane.
the trophy. And a lot of people are, you know, taking all these unexpected wins and translating that to Tottenham should win because of all of these things.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying that if United are not winning, like let's say spirituality or some kind of juju going on at this point in time is not, I would have said United. But because all these, you know, all this random stuff just keeps happening, that you're like, hang on, is this a sign that all of these players that have never won anything suddenly are winning cups, you know, or, sorry, winning titles, and the clubs that have never won, somehow they're having something going home. Like, so maybe is this the Tottenham time? Tottenham gets into the finals as well in Europe after having one of the worst seasons in the Premier League. Like, you know, it's just pointing towards the same thing. Like, I want to obviously hope that United wins, but, you know, according to the order of the spiritual, or how would you even say?
The order of the spiritual.
Yeah. Well, how would you say it? According to the order of, not even the universe, this is what you would normally use. You know, the omnipresence, the omnipotent, the omniscience.
I have no idea what you're on about. you lost me a while ago. Dorgu with a cross in here for Manchester United. Back post towards Mazwari. Falls to Diallo. Can Diallo find a man? He finds Bruno.
Whoa!
Well saved by Vicario. 21 minutes in, 0-0. And I think it's fair to say that it's been even, I think.
Yeah, no,
so far.
Absolutely. To be honest, I think we've seen more, you know, when it comes to the threatening ability, either from both teams. I think I'll probably go with United so far. I think they've had more of the better points of finding a goal.
It's been tight. Spurs went on a little bit of a run there, but yeah, it's just who's more clinical. United's a bit more clinical in front of the net, but still 0-0. Is that what would you do if this game ended up 1-0 for Spurs?
Well, I mean, what did man go do? See me, I'm speaking pidgin English already.
It's already happening. Seeing a lot of fouls. Cards, I think, are coming soon.
Yep, I think I'll definitely see 1 card in this first half. Facts.
How many cards did you go for? Over 4.5?
Yeah, I think I went for over 4.5.
Oh, so 5. Is that in 90 minutes?
I see 2 players having a go at each other, and both of them get a yellow card.
Is it 90 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Clinton, persons are losing faith in your visions. I don't trust Clinton's visions. He couldn't see Rice cooking us in Champions League.
Why would I see Rice, man? I don't like carbs. I mean, if it was something
Jollof
like...
rice? Stop it. Luke Shaw with the free kick here into the area.
Well, a lot of these crosses are going into nothing.
I know.
Yeah.
As
Tottenham seem to have the better crosses in.
Tottenham so far comfortably with Romero and Van der Ven dealing with anything coming their ways. Diallo has been perhaps the only real danger for United, along with Bruno Fernandes maybe, as Richarlison looks to break free here. United
She should
win
have
the ball
passed that
back.
earlier.
It's been a scrappy final so far.
Man.
And I think as to be
Scrappy
expected
teams.
between the 16th and 17th place teams in the Premier League.
Actually, that's a good question.
If this final was last
That's
season,
exactly you and I, Alex. Tell me.
Brentford and Nottingham Forest.
Jeez. But to be fair, like that would be an all right game this season. Be a better
2
game than
teams higher on
United.
the table
And, yeah,
than these two.
be better than these two. Nottingham Forest always just a fun team to watch.
Foul on Solanke there from Casemiro. Casemiro caught, I think, with the lack of pace that he has in the latter stages of his career, has been caught a few times. I don't think that's a bad foul, but it is a foul.
I mean, let's not pretend that even when he was in his best form at Real Madrid, that he wasn't a very dangerous player.
Yeah.
He's known for being.
No, I think
but
Casemiro has
he's
always
been.
been.
I think my point is more he's been caught with the. I think now he's slowed down. The older he's got, he's been caught when the possession changes and the other team is on the counter attack.
Sure.
He's made a lot more of those fouls that a younger player, quicker player wouldn't have to make.
Yeah, for sure.
And that ball straight out of
Just
play from
right
Pedro
out
Porro.
of the area. Well, here you go. 16th and 17th place, ladies and gentlemen, in the Premier League. This is what you're going to get.
Alex, there's a question for you.
Oh, go on then.
Charles Amaka is asking, Alex, who do you think will score first?
At this rate, nobody. Wow. I'm going to say Man United. Just. But to be honest, at this rate, I think we.
Oh, jeez. I mean, it's starting to happen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're following along with this game. It's crumbling. It's getting messy. It's not pretty. Let's just say that. It's not pretty. If you came here to watch good football, you're in the wrong place. But it's still a final regardless.
Destiny is saying it's probably a first half draw, but they're expecting more in the game because it's going to be a tight one for both teams. And I'm seeing a lot of persons saying that they want they want Son to win a trophy this season, like how Hurricane did. And they're asking for analysis on it, but I believe you guys briefly spoke about it. So,
on what? Sorry, Shantelle?
Son winning the trophy, like how
Yeah,
Hurricane won his
exactly.
first
Like
one.
Harry Kane and Crystal Palace. Yeah, I think this is handball. I think Sonny is also a very likable player, and people would be happy to see him win.
Yeah, definitely.
no, definitely.
Clinton, you're very quiet.
Well, no,
Team's playing.
No, Clinton, what I would be expecting from you is for you to be cheering them on, man.
No.
I want to see that energy that you had when PSG was cooking
energy.
Liverpool. Like, come on, let's go.
Still.
Yes, of
When was
course.
that?
No, that was so traumatic for me though, because imagine seeing your team getting cooked and all you're hearing is Clinton in your ears. Let's go Dembele, let's go Dembele. Nah.
What was it? I think it was the last one. It was the second leg against Arsenal when PSG scored, and you said PSG about 18 times. You just said PSG.
No, I think Man United need to activate that part of me. They just need to drop in one goal, and that's it. We'll start.
Was that Maguire and Solanke battling it out for the ball there as it comes free to Bentancur. Bentancur, friend of the show, Noah Zemmel. Do you guys remember him?
I do.
He is there tonight in Bilbao.
Sweating, I'm sure.
Following his beloved Tottenham Hotspur.
Work or leisure?
Just leisure, I think.
Yeah.
Enjoying himself. Well, maybe not enjoying himself. I think probably stressed out.
To be honest, I think both all Tottenham and Manchester United fans will be stressed out.
He's a Tottenham fan.
But I mean, everybody's stressed out, man.
So I'm being asked to ask
Another question.
not the team, but the player.
The player.
I think somebody's trying to place a bet right now, so they need to know who is the first player.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Patrick Dorgu.
Doggo, come on, man.
Chesting it out for a corner where he could have probably...
No, but I thought Onana was literally screaming, let it go.
You never know what Onana's saying.
Oh my God, stop it, Alex. Watch.
Yeah.
See, he said, let it go, and it's chest.
Yeah, even Shaw was saying it. First goal scorer. Amad Diallo.
But there you have it.
If you want to put a bet on Amad Diallo, first player to score, go for it. That's what I would do if I was a betting man, which I am. Tottenham with the chance here. Pedro Porro gets ready to put in the cross as the referee orders the players around, blows his whistle.
Please tell Clinton this is not his year. Like Madrid, Man United will lose. Anti-Clinton.
Oh, bicycle! I wanted him to do it so bad.
United get clear.
Do they?
There's a bit of a pinball effect going on here.
Wow,
United
pace.
look to close down a Tottenham clearance, but it goes back to Tottenham. This is really...
I'm starting to get the feeling that neither of these teams have a plan. That's kind of what, I don't know. You guys let us know, let Shantelle know if you're watching from home. But it seems like both of these teams don't really have an idea. There's a lot of nerves naturally with the final, but we're seeing, stray balls being kicked out, a lot of heading up in the air back and forth with no direction. It's not very clear and concise right now. It's definitely all over the place.
Okay, just to give you some odds on Alex's prediction with Amad being the first goal scorer, is currently 5.25 on Sporty
Well,
Bet, so you can
talking
go ahead
about
and...
Diallo with the cross in, and it goes out for a throw.
He might be the
Carry
first one, so you might want to go
Amad
ahead on
Diallo-
Sporty Bet and lock that in.
Amad Diallo is literally giving me some Lamine Yamal. I don't know. It's giving me what I would see from a Lamine now.
I think it's like the youngness. Wow.
No, it's
Wow.
not really.
It's the fact that he's young. It's the fact that he's playing on the same side.
He's
It's the
playing the
fact
same
that
side
he's
and
the
he's
only
going
one that
past.
has an idea, maybe that he's trying his best to cut through. But I need you to not compare those.
No, but I can't compare. He's playing like a Lamine Yamal.
If he was playing like a Lamine Yamal, they'd be up 3-0, mate.
Not really. We saw Lamine Yamal lose like literally their last game in the La Liga. Why didn't he
He
win?
scored in the last 2 games.
Nah,
No,
but he
Alex and
lost, though.
Shantelle back me up here. I mean,
Nah,
it's
but he
just
lost, though.
insulting.
He
He
scored,
won
but he
La
lost
Liga,
the
mate.
No, he won. No. But I'm
Why are you
talking
even
about the game.
entertaining? You realize what me and
lost
Alex are
the-
doing?
He lost the game.
Oh, also persons in the comments, they're agreeing with you guys that the players do look tense.
Yeah.
Gotta play
Persons
it
are saying
down,
that
yeah.
Maguire
Guti
might-
Romero, that would be massive if he cannot finish this match. He is getting up though.
It looks like he's...
Okay, he's gonna finish.
Looks like he's all right. I think it was more of a knock rather than
Yeah.
a muscle injury. As we see United with a throw-in on this right-hand side. 30 minutes gone. Still 0-0 here in Bilbao at the San Mamés. I wonder how Lucas is feeling. at this
Sweating
time.
as well.
Diallo passes it back to Bruno Fernandes and it's blocked by Pape Matar Sarr and it goes out for another United throw-in. No clear-cut chances yet for either team.
Yeah.
Neither keeper having to do too much work. United with a little spell of possession here.
Sounds like our control room is having a party without us.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on, Leo.
there you go.
Ball across there from Amad Diallo, but it goes wayward and out for a Tottenham Hotspur goal kick.
It really does seem like the players are tense because they're quick on their decisions, but they're not making the right ones. It seems like they're quite nervous.
Someone is saying that Maguire might score an own goal because of how nervous he is.
Oh la la.
Yeah, they're not taking the time to think about what to do. They're just trying to get rid of the ball, and it's not been working out for either side whatsoever. 0-0 at the half, Clinton?
Yeah. No, I think this game doesn't feel like there's going to be a goal in this first half. It's not giving me the vibe of a goal coming.
Should we just
soon.
fast forward then?
Yeah. In all honesty. These guys they're not giving me what I expected.
Richarlison breaking through, but he gets
Bro-
tackled.
No, it's not it. It's the fact that he pushed the ball way too far. Like, this is why I
It was
think,
Full touch.
yeah, poor touch. A world-class player don't do that.
You're right. You do that though.
I mean, I'm not a world-class player. I mean, I'm a next
Stop.
I'm a next planet player, man. You're right. But if I
Next
literally...
planet is crazy.
Joe, I spoke to Marko Dimitrovic today,
Okay.
in the Leganés goalkeeper,
Yeah.
and I asked him who the strongest in the dressing room is. He didn't say, but I asked Duke as well if he thinks he said he was the strongest. I asked Marco if that's true, and he said no.
So who is it? Me?
Who do you think is the strongest? No, it's not you. In the dressing room.
Yeah. Have I not been in the dressing room?
Yeah, but you're not part of the squad.
What do you mean? I have pictures of me being part of the squad, man.
Borja Jimenez isn't going to pick you on Saturday.
No, but obviously I'm on the bench. It's not going to pick me, obviously.
He's not going to put you on
Cause,
either.
no, because of my age.
No. No,
What do
you
you
claim
mean?
it.
Come on, man.
Ah.
What?
I said, no, you claim it.
Yeah, myself and Dimitrovic were at the same age.
So am I going to interview you after the game in the flash zone?
Yeah, of course, because that, I mean, it's just the fact that I like making it very easy for Sporty TV. That's why I come to the studio, since we pretty
Fair
much
enough.
have, partnerships.
How
And
honoured we are to have a player on the show every day.
I mean, this is what we do at Sporty TV still. That's why we keep trying to get you guys to sub. Listen, I've got Real Madrid jersey, Real Madrid signed jersey, like signed jersey. This is what we're giving to a fan that subscribes to our YouTube channel. And on the day of the Champions League final, we are giving one of you the signed Real Madrid shirt. So all you need to do is just subscribe to our YouTube channel. I don't know why you need it, but you could always let me know in the comment section. I want to read your one. But somebody takes it on the 31st. That's it.
That's
SOS.
I might make loads of YouTube accounts and subscribe to Sporty TV.
oh, that's a foul. You can't grab him.
It's Tottenham on the break here. Can Amad Diallo stop this counter attack?
Yeah,
No
he
need.
did.
Bruno Fernandes coming in there to make the tackle, but I think
No, Amad Diallo was grabbing him for about 2 or 3 yards there.
that Yves Bissouma being held back by the looks of it.
The way he's doing it, though, is like when you're at school and someone picks on you and you have to point out to the teacher who did it.
Oh, the ref's having a talking to here.
Romero, Diallo, and Bentancur all
First card. Yeah, that's correct.
Diallo.
Amad Diallo picking it up.
Amad Diallo goes into the book. Did you guys have bookings on your
Clinton did. 4.5, over 4.5.
4.5? Okay. So you got 4 to go, Clinton.
No, that one is definitely going in.
Literally holding on for a ride.
Clinton, there's a question for you. Someone is asking which player do you think is going to have the biggest impact?
Today?
I thought they were going to ask him who's scoring first because they didn't believe my prediction.
No.
Um,
Yes, Clinton, today.
no, so far so
Yeah.
good.
Tomorrow.
So far so good. We've seen Amad Diallo doing it though.
Okay, well, it's another free kick for Tottenham here.
10 minutes to go of normal time in this first half. Can Tottenham get a lead here? As the referee gives Richarlison and Van der Ven a talking to.
I'm beginning to think this is the game I would have loved to see Garnacho.
Well,
We haven't seen anything from Mount so far.
Yeah,
He's been quiet.
yeah.
It's
And
Tottenham.
you know the problem here. The thing is, Mount is not that.
oh
What
my
kind of
goodness
Ross, that
gracious.
As Man United get the ball clear, and it's going to go straight back to Vicario in the Tottenham goal.
Garnacho on the bench, Son on the bench, some changes coming
Wait, hang on. I was going to ask. Wait, why is Son on the bench?
Because he's only just returned to fitness, and I don't think they wanted to risk him.
Handball.
But handball there.
Kobe Mainu on the bench. Guys, if you're... Clinton, I'll start with you. If you're Manchester United, what subs are you looking to make at the half, if any at all?
Well, first of all, I'm bringing in Garnacho. I think
Okay,
that's
for Mount.
Yeah, and I'm going to just because I feel like a lot of the heat is coming from the right so far with Ahmad, and I would love it to be happening both like right and left. And we know Alejandro Garnacho, how sharp and how fast he is. So I think getting that pressure coming from both left and right will do Manchester United much good. But yeah, that's literally what I'll be doing.
Just the one sub to start off.
I think
Alex,
that
if
one
you...
for me.
Sorry, Alex, if you're Spurs, you looking to bring Sonny in?
At the moment, no. I think I'm happy as a Spurs fan or as a Spurs man. If you're looking at this as through Ange Postecoglou's eyes, I'm happy with how this is going. United aren't playing particularly well. They're putting them under a lot of pressure. The counter-attack, I think, has been showing signs of promise. You look at Bissouma and Richarlison, they've been breaking well on that left-hand side. I think Mazwari's been a point of weakness, as I said earlier on in the show, that I think if they can keep putting pressure on those flanks for United, I think they can find an opening here or there. Maybe the one, if I was to make a change, no, I think for now I'm going to keep it as is. I think keep plugging away. But I think with United, I would look to be taking off Mount because he's not had any influence on the game so far. He's had no shots.
Can you read that last comment?
Yeah, no, like literally, I was about to interject because it's so true. Aiden Samuel says, Clinton's energy whilst hate watching Barca and Liverpool is way higher than his energy when supporting his own club. That's what I was saying. Like, what is going on? Yeah.
What do you get? What do you want me to do though?
Glory.
Plástico.
Come on.
No. But you guys know that the energy comes out the moment there's a goal from United. Come on, man. That's what. Like, I'm just disappointed I'm not seeing a goal just yet.
Is this game worse than Tottenham and Liverpool in the final of the Champions League?
No.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, it is. Yeah, it is worse.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, no. I mean, by now we were already 1 goal or 2 goals, I think, from Liverpool at this point. I know Salah scored early on in the first 20 minutes, an unjust penalty.
Salah, no, sorry, it was 106 seconds.
Oh, that was it.
30 minutes in.
Wow, it was after 30 minutes.
And then
1-11.
Origi. Yeah, that was also terrible.
Origi was what later on in the second.
Maybe there was more controversy in that one. So I mean, but this is kind of giving me the same vibes. Just maybe it's the Spurs of it all. They're the common denominator.
I just saw a very ambitious comment. Andrew Marvelous says, tell Clinton if Man United wins this game, I'll give out 3 iPhones to anyone he chooses.
Tell the person which of the Yahoo business, like which quarter is it coming from? Is it Abuja or Lagos? Because
which iPhone as well? Is this iPhone?
Is it iPhone
16?
2? No, I don't know.
If that's even a thing,
Or is
16. I don't know what the latest iPhone is.
It's 16.
Is it?
Oh, but did the person say the latest iPhone?
No, they just said that they'll give out 3 iPhones to anyone you choose.
So it could be an iPhone 3.
It could be. That's what I'm saying.
We have a poll going on. The poll is concluded. Who will score first? Man United 63% and Tottenham 36%.
Please go and vote on this latest poll so KlintonCod does not beat Hoyland and Richarlison.
Yes.
I mean, they don't seem to be creating a lot of chances in this game, though.
Neither team do.
You see, this is why I don't like watching 2 bad teams. Like, at least I have 1 good one and 1 bad one, so 1 person suffers.
Slightly concerning sight for Ruben Amorim is Amad Diallo seems to be holding the back of his neck. He was limping earlier as well. So hopefully nothing serious, because other than him, United have really, they've failed to create anything in this first half. We're just under 41 minutes in, and it's 0-0. It's a lovely tackle that from Harry Maguire.
No, trust me, it was.
Bruno Fernandes with the ball through, but it's headed away by Van der Ven. Spurs come away with the ball, but give it away straight away.
How many consecutive passes? How many consecutive passes can these 2 teams make? We have 1 from Spurs.
Spurs come forward the ball here. Pape Matar Sarr. Can he find Richarlison? He does find Richarlison.
3.
And then
4.
through for Bentancur. Bentancur back
5.
to Matar Sarr. Ball in.
Oh
my God!
Brennan Johnson.
Brennan Johnson scores! What a mistake, Andre!
Let's go,
What are you
Spurs!
doing? Tottenham Hotspur go up with 4 minutes left of the first half. Don't look at me. Don't look at Alex Ashmore.
Yeah.
You know where the camera needs to be. Put it here. What are you doing? Wasting my time. Silly.
Someone focus on KlintonCod. No. And again. No.
Wow, this is horrendous.
Focus. There we go.
Wow, Tottenham Hotspur 1-0. Let's take a look at that again.
To be fair, someone
passes.
predicted this in the comments. Someone did say this earlier in the comments that he would be the first goal scorer.
Wow, way to get that done. Sara crosses it in. Let's see. Johnson's there. Luke Shaw doesn't know what he's doing. Wow. They just crumble.
That was an own goal.
Ooh. Came off Shaw's arm, and Brennan Johnson, I think, got a touch on it. Oh, no.
I don't think he did in the end. I think it just came off Shaw. Let's look at it again.
Look.
It looks like he does, but I don't think he changed the direction.
I think he just.
Well, let's see what that'll count as. All right, guys, let us know. Spurs up 1-0 just as the half is about to conclude. Wow, and what a strange... And that's the kind of goal that it would be for this game.
I'm seeing a lot of celebration. Goal. Persons are coming at Onana. It's not looking good. Persons are now saying that Spurs will win this. And AD Samuel was the one who did tell me that Brennan Johnson will score first.
Well, checking in on the odds right now. Spurs to win 1.70 at Sporty Bet. Draw 3.30 and Man United to win in the 90 minutes 6. Clinton, would you back it?
Sorry?
Would you back Man United to win in the 90 minutes still? The odds are 6 right now at Sporty Bet.
No, I still trust United, though.
Someone says that Maguire is going to score the winning goal. So,
Well,
Clinton, is this your burner?
I think United are very good coming from the back.
Well, Amad Diallo does have a chance to rectify his teammate's mistake. Luke Shaw and Onana, the 2 culprits for that first Tottenham goal. Tottenham are 1-0 up in a European final. The last time they won a European final, anyone remember?
Clinton might.
Clinton, do you remember?
Yes. Wait.
Bruno
Hey.
Fernandes with a shot, but it's blocked. And it comes away here to Bissouma, who gets it to Richarlison.
Just for all of you wondering about Gary L. Smith, obviously the Arsenal fan, he has posted on Twitter, Spurs score, God please no. No, 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 no. Well, we know Gary is hate watching right now. About a minute left of regular time here in the first half. We'll see how much added time will be tacked on here. But Spurs have to thank Luke Shaw for this one, I really think, in the end. A bit of a miscommunication from Luke Shaw, Andre Onana. Brennan Johnson does do well to be there, but I just... it's a goal it's a goal for the game, maybe, Alex, the way the goal was scored for the game that we're seeing.
It was. I think it depicts very well this first half as United give the ball away again.
2 minutes of extra time here.
Rasmus Højlund with the wayward header. Have a look at this goal again. Bentancur with the ball back to Pape Matar Sarr. It was the cross in, came offshore. I still need to see that again in slow-mo as to see whether Brennan Johnson actually got a touch on it. No, I don't
it's
think he
a
did.
Luke Shaw own goal.
I don't think he did. It's officially gone down as a Luke Shaw own goal. So there you have it.
Wow.
United are 1-0 down. In answer to my earlier question, the last time Spurs won a European final was in 1984.
Sorry?
The last time Spurs won a European final was in 1984. They won the UEFA Cup for the second time.
There you go.
Winning it tonight, they would have become the second English team to win it 3 times, along with Liverpool. Luke Shaw, can he get the ball in?
Like,
no one there.
Oh my God.
Hamad Diallo collects the ball that gets cleared by Tottenham and he puts it back in, but Vicario is coming through and claims it very well as he'll look to run out this clock and head into the locker room. Ahead, some happy Tottenham Hotspur fans there in Bilbao. Relieved Ange Postecoglou for now.
For now, but that's going to be a long 45 coming up. Both these managers are going to have to really dig deep and give some motivation to both these sides. Maybe make some substitutions because this match is far from over here. But about 10 seconds left of this extra time added. Some lovely footwork from Richarlison, but nobody there in the end.
Clinton, what are you changing? You're still sticking with the same changes you said earlier on in this first half, or are you making any other changes now?
No, I think I'll just leave it to having Alejandro Garnacho coming in, and then hopefully
that's it.
You know, I just need somebody to cause trouble on that. You know, left side pretty much looks very dry. We're not seeing really Mason Mount doing anything there. To be honest, it's quite a few players from Manchester United I feel have not really been very impactful. It's just been normal football playing on that durex or stress. I don't know which one it is, but yeah, something definitely has to be done. The only one player who's been trying to work something else has been Amad Diallo for United and maybe Bruno Fernandes. But there's just something off with these crossings that we keep seeing, though. It's almost like all the ball just keep going to the ground, or it's either going, you know, to South Korea. Somewhere I don't understand what, you know, there's just some aura of this game I'm not really getting from even both teams, apart from the fact that Tottenham just gave us a goal. But yeah, United, let's just bring in Garnacho and switch something up in that front.
Well, we'll see what happens. It is
maybe
half.
Sexy, you know.
Could be Zirkzee.
Sexy coming in for Højlund as well.
It could be.
I want that to happen.
Well, we'll see if your wants come true. It is halftime at San Mamés. 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. Thanks to Brennan Johnson, maybe Luke Shaw in this one. We'll take a little break and we'll be right back.
What are your friends?
Don't worry, the big boys are coming. I will stay loyal to you as I am to SportyBet. I will keep you safe and secure like Sporty does my winnings. I will share my booking codes with you and only you. I will... yes, I will be your hero, your true Sporty hero.
What are your friends?
Don't worry, the big boys are coming. I will stay loyal to you as I am to Sporty Bets. I will keep you safe and secure like Sporty does my winnings. I will share my booking codes with you and only you. I will... Ah, yes, I will be your hero, your true Sporty hero. Selfie with the big boys!
Welcome back. 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur at the half. KlintonCod, how are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. It's only,
lie.
no, but no, it's only one goal, man. It's only one goal. Like we know, right now, Manchester United they are not. When it comes to coming back, we pretty much know. I think there's been quite one or two instances where they've done it, and at least it's just one goal. We just need one change. Like I said, to bring in Garnacho, make that attacking side much more sharper. Get the heat coming from both angles, and I still know Manchester United could still get something out of the game.
Okay. Well, let's say hello to Kelvin back in Accra and see maybe some fan reactions at halftime.
Yeah, hello, sorry if you can hear me. It's been great here in Accra. It's been a very nice. Though we are watching a drab game, indecision from the two sets of players, but at least as one that you can always hope for that goals will come in from the corner kicks, the early pressure from Tottenham Hotspur, which couldn't pay off. Some of their fans were a bit, skeptical about their chances, but finally they managed to get the breakthrough. Brennan Johnson, and I think that yes, a lot of them are very much happy. For Manchester United fans who are here, this hasn't really been a good start for them. And Slime is here with me, Manchester United fan. Sly, big difference from that first goal that came in. What do you think has been the problem of your team?
I think we struggled with dealing with the press first of all. It's looked difficult for United to kind of break hold of the press. You see in those first instances where Spurs kind of pressed the ball, they won the ball on a couple of occasions. You've seen that the United defense has struggled. We saw a situation where Euro was struggling with the defense a little bit. So just in those little moments and in those midfield areas, United just haven't been able to dominate. And lastly, Mason Mount area on the left-hand side, they haven't been productive at all. Maybe a sub with Garnacho coming on, maybe the story might change.
Maybe the story might change, but looking at the display from your team, do you have any hopes that this Tottenham Hotspur team, who have beaten you 3 times already this season, can come back and restore any hopes in your fans?
It is Manchester United. You've got to believe, even when our chips are down and nobody believes in us as United fans, we've always had it like this. We've always had situations like this where we are down and nobody believes, but we do believe. We've got guys in there who are difference makers. I'm expecting more crosses into the box, and especially Ahmad getting on the ball a lot more. I saw him limping a little bit. We kind of scared us because he's been our danger man on that right-hand side. But knowing United, we are not going to give up soon. I'm expecting the next 15 minutes of that second half to go crazy and put pressure on that Spurs defense.
Well, that is from Sly. He's been watching the game. Nathan Crowell has been our man on our radio bulletin, our radio coverage of this particular game. Nathan, first 45 minutes, Tottenham Hotspur are in the lead. What do you think has actually made a difference aside the goal? Does United look like a side that can at least get a very good first half of Tottenham this season?
It will be tough. It will be tough. It will be tough. Looking at Spurs' setup, I had a look at their midfield, and you could tell that the physicality was going to be a problem. The athleticism was going to be a problem. And it has showed. They managed to press high, they forced United into situations. And once they started to
get some joy down the flanks. You could tell that they were going to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. And it's one of those crosses that allowed them to get the goal. I say that it doesn't matter how they go in. Once they go in the right way, it matters. Brennan Johnson, great ability to be in the box and cause confusion and then push Man United into scoring an own goal. So I think Spurs just about deserve the lead they've had. United have had some possession. They've not been able to break through and puncture Spurs' backline. I get the sense in the second half they might try the crosses, but I wonder if that's the approach they want to take, right? I wonder if it will make sense. I wonder if that's what can get them back into it. But it looks like they will have to start getting desperate very, very early or start to force the issue to get themselves back into the game. But I think Spurs have been just about good value for their lead after the first half.
Well, that is KlintonCod. But Sarah, if you are looking for a Ghanaian with Spanish blood, his name, other than no other person, Sergio Manucho Goncalves. He's a Tottenham Hotspur fan, one of the most notable Spurs fans you can ever have in Ghana. Sergio, good start for you. Halftime, you are leading 1-0.
Fantastic. Big Ange, they call him. Though he might leave at the end of the season, but that's the tactics. Go in, underrate yourself, capitalize on the chances, get in one goal, protect it at all costs, and take your cup. Big shout out to my boy, Brennan Johnson. You know, coming to this game, there were a lot of bashing, you are inconsistent, blah, blah, blah. But his numbers is talking for him. So that first half goal, I'm relieved now. Because, you know, you wanted the entire first half. First 30 minutes, we were down. United dominating both midfield, defense, and everywhere, except the up front. Both teams are now, you know, performing it in the up front. Look at Rodland and look at Solanke. So I expect my coach, Big Ange, to bring on Dell in the next 15 minutes so that if we can't score, we should get a creator. You know, we are missing Madison. Our typical creator who is creating for us. And I'm afraid these guys, you know, United will come in hard second half, come and, you know, equalize so that the pressure will be on us. If Spurs can't score 1, 2, 3 goals, they should protect that one goal.
Are you busting the minds of all those in Spain? Sarah wants to hear from you. Are you busting their minds? Is Tottenham Hotspur going to win this?
It'll be cool, Chop. Sir, and everybody in the Sporty TV studios. I'm telling you, this is the cheapest game of all time for Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not yobbing. You know, this season, 3 games, we've won them. And this is cheap. Our capital is not inside. Son is at the bench. I pray Son just monitor from the bench. Tell the boys, call them from the bench. After 90 minutes, he come and lift the cup. Kevin and Sporty TV, this night is for Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, Sergio Manucho, yes, he's a Ghanaian with Spanish blood. And Sarah, you just heard from him. That has been the 2 sets of device and a neutral for Tottenham Hotspur fans. They are bringing with lots of confidence. And Manchester United fans are hoping that what they saw in the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, where the team had to pick up very exciting results in second half of games, will be manifested this evening. So we are waiting. I don't know if Clinton is still holding on to his 3-1 prediction.
Clinton, speak your mind.
Nah, listen. You see, I think the best story is when we come from behind and still get the trophy. You know, I even love it more like this. And trust me, you know, the Red Devils, it's not been juju that we've been winning games in the Europa like proper. This one, you would see, it's just one. You know, if it was 3, I would have been worried, but it's just one. You know, one is not, it's not the end of the game. It's not the end of the world. You know, I'm telling you, Garnacho is going to come in at some point. The heat is going to come from between himself and Diallo. Højlund, of course, I'm not expecting him to score. If we see a Zirkzee coming in, trust me, Tottenham will be in a very serious problem. But, you know, 45 minutes is a long time. And, yeah, no pressure, no hard. I'm not sad. I'm not, you know, I'm still in positive spirits. 100%.
He's numb at this point. You're not.
Okay, we did here.
All right, well, Calvin, we'll let you go again. Thank you for joining us. We'll see what the second half brings. It's only 1 goal difference. So, I mean, it's up in the air.
Sure. Yeah, very
right.
much open. And then at full time, I'm sure my prediction will come to pass. And Clinton will maybe send me the jerseys there.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll join you at the end of the match. Enjoy the second half. Alex, we obviously saw a very confident Tottenham Hotspur fan in his own right, but it is only 1-0.
Long way to go.
Long way to go. And like Clinton said, if you're looking for some of these subs like Garnacho, like Zirkzee, and like the United fan, pardon me, I forgot his name, but mentioned the first 15 minutes of this second half is going to be crucial. They need to come, they need to push, they need to try and put the pressure on Spurs. You score early in this first half, the second half, pardon me, and we're back to 0-0.
That's it. And I think, to be honest, quite often you talk about waiting to 60 minutes, waiting to 65, giving them a chance to, I think, change the plan from the chat that you have with the players at half-time. But to be honest, I would come out with changes at half-time. I wouldn't even waste, because it's a final. You can't waste that 20, 25 minutes. I would bring on Garnacho. I think Højlund he hasn't had any service. There's been all of the balls that have come to Højlund have been deflections or bad clearances from Spurs. I think you need to try and get the ball more towards him. If not, bring him off, because I think that Spurs defence is dealing quite well with any balls that are coming in. Romero and Van der Ven are just heading them away, and they will continue to do so all night long. So maybe a player like Joshua Zirkzee, who calls himself a 9.5, he's not a 9, he's not a 10, can find those gaps. I think I'd like to see a little bit more energy in the midfield as well. They're giving the ball away too much. I think I'd take off Casemiro and bring on someone like Kobbie Mainoo. As we see the United players coming out. Mason Mount's still on the pitch, so no change on that left-hand side. Luke Shaw still on, of course, the man who conceded that goal. And, well, let's see if United have made any changes.
It doesn't look like it from the...
Does not look like it.
Clinton, what's your initial reaction? No changes made at the half.
I mean, I would pretty much understand Amorim, with that decision, because when I was speaking about Garnacho, I was not speaking like him just coming like straight up. I think I'll probably still give it say 10 minutes and see if maybe spoken words, direction from the coach would kind of make any kind of impact. And if nothing happens, then yeah, let's start bringing in the beasts, bringing Garnacho, bringing Zirkzee at some point. Højlund, of course.
How long do you give it until the first sub if it stays like this 1-0?
I think I'll probably say 10 minutes.
10 minutes, and that's it. You got to be pragmatic. You got to make those changes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we see the Tottenham Hotspur players coming on as well, and it doesn't look like any changes are being made for them. Alex alluded to why would they, as they're up 1-0, and they've been putting the pressure on United. So it looks like all 22 of the same players will be starting this second half. Guys, is it going to stay like this, or are we going to see some goals?
I think there's still some goals.
No, I still see 2 goals in the second half.
Okay, Shantelle, your thoughts?
I don't see... Well, I would love to not see any goals from Manchester United, but there might be just one. I don't see 2 like Clinton. And
it's not Clinton, by the way.
Clinton.
It's not Clinton, by the way.
Clinton.
Yes.
Clinton, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I still see it being 2-1 to Spurs.
Okay, 2-1 to Spurs, so 2 more goals left in this. Everyone was saying, actually, not everyone, but a majority of the people were saying that they were seeing a 2-1, whether it was for United or Spurs, which means that we should be seeing 2 goals left in this second half if the prophecy is meant to be. Second half, though, is underway. 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. And we do have a player, Guti Romero, down once again. Looks like a little bit of a head collision, but I think he'll be just fine here. Oh, a collision with Sara's own player there as they get jumbled up in the air there, but...
Another example of Spurs dealing very well with those high balls. Højlund not really being able to put himself in there to challenge. And
no, he's not that guy.
We see quite a few empty seats as people are still making their way back to their areas in the stand as... I think some of them are still queuing up for drinks in the turns, in the stadium. United come forward here.
The game is so boring. Alex had to be telling us about people that went to buy drinks. Bro, how crazy. So we are now having to analyze the guys in the stand and stuff.
You learn to fill the air.
That's tell you. Manchester, do something.
Yeah,
hey!
Talk to your team.
No.
Please.
I'm not expecting any major change until... any major changes in terms of their gameplay in the game until they start making this 1 or 2 changes to shaking up that Tottenham defence.
Well, we have a few comments.
Please.
Well, we have a lot of comments, actually. So someone is saying that the Red Devils have lost their touch. There's also someone saying, I'm so emotional about this score line. And Iniola, probably mispronouncing that.
Iniola.
Yeah. Mount needs to get out.
What you guys pronounce
And
Nigerian names?
Destiny is...
Sorry, go on. Tell me what destiny we have in this game.
No, Destiny is... I think she was agreeing with what Sara said earlier with them not playing like they don't have a game plan or not having a winning mentality or having an idea what it means to play in this final. And I'm seeing a lot of Liverpool fans. Of course, I'm going to read those. Chris says, Liverpool fans, gather here, let's celebrate. And Francois is saying, Liverpool fan here, loving this score at the moment. Come on, Spurs. Yeah, that's how I feel as well.
Manchester United have a chance, and Clinton's favourite player, wait, hold on.
Hoyland with a wayward header. I didn't think it was a tough one, as the ball was behind him. First chance of the half for Man United. Amad Diallo, that man, again, creating these opportunities. Ball was behind Rasmus Hoyland. It would have been hard to get any header on target with the position of that cross. But hope for United. A better start to the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of like the one goal, though, because it kind of like just pushes them to, now start playing football. If it was like still 0-0, I think that's when it start being very boring and stuff,
There's a foul there from Van der Ven. He's going to go into the book. The second booking of the night.
Yeah.
Mickey Van der Ven alongside Amad Diallo in the referee's card book as a strong challenge into the back of Rasmus Hoyland there. As United win a free kick just outside the Spurs area. Can Man United make the most of this opportunity here? Danger as well, a risky one there for Mickey Van der Ven on a yellow card. He can't afford to make any silly challenges now, because if he does, he's off.
A red card would make this interesting.
It would. As Bruno Fernandes steps up, whips the ball in, but it's headed up away.
Yeah, you're really right with Spurs being dominant in those aerial duels. They're just much bigger overall.
They're eating them up all night long.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that Real Madrid-Arsenal game where the crosses kept coming in and Saliba just kept on heading them away.
Hitting every single one, yeah.
You see it again. Bentancur with a header away.
Harry Maguire giving Romero a nice hug.
Harry Maguire's too bothered hugging Romero when he could have actually gone and won that header.
Yeah.
I know you've got to be a nuisance as a centre-back when you go out for corners and crosses, but...
Well, Romero's not happy with that. You got two spicy defenders there.
A few words exchanged.
Romero's on a yellow card, isn't it?
No.
No, Van de Ven.
Okay, no, sorry, I remember.
Will Romero get a yellow card in this match?
Possibly.
Absolutely. I wonder what the odds are.
Pinball being played here as Luke Shaw sends it into the crowd. 50 minutes gone. 5 minutes into the second half.
We don't have bookings for players, unfortunately. But
I would put the odds as pretty low. I think it would be a 1-2.
All right, well, update on the odds. 1.75 for Spurs to win in the 90s, 6.25 for Manchester United, and 3.25 for the draw. If you do think we're going to see extra time on Sporty Bet as it stands. Clinton, who did you say was going to score the goal for Manchester United?
I mean, I said Casemiro at some point and Bruno Fernandes, but Casemiro is seeming, he might probably be one of the players to be taken out at some point because he's not really been very active. I've not really seen him at all. I think we might start looking for players who would be able to control that midfield properly, find a way to distribute passes to these wingers, in a manner where they can take like very quick counter. Because when you look at the size of these Tottenham players and, it feels like they are pretty much fast as well. Like you would need somebody who has, that the Ghanaian man would say that vim.
Vim?
Yeah, this is a word in Ghana actually.
Like the pace?
I mean, no, vim when you say he has the anointing to maybe take the pace, take the shot, whatever, but it's more like a positive thingy. No, but
Let us know at home if you're suffering just as much as us here at the desk trying to follow this game. Manchester United really just looking like they have nothing in them. I think they need to make subs soon. They need something.
Yeah,
This
something
is
definitely.
Ball
Okay.
forward here.
and
Dealt with by Spurs.
and there it goes.
Straight away. I wonder how many times I've said that tonight. Ball forward by Man United, dealt with quite comfortably by Spurs.
A lot.
Francois says Alex is a better goalie than Onana.
No, I'm not.
Okay, there you go, Francois.
As much as Onana's been off it this season, I am not very good in goal. As tall as I am.
I'd say because it takes long for you to get to the bottom.
Well, someone just sent Tottenham to win 2-0 in Jesus' name in caps. Ooh. But then someone else said Man United 3-1 Tottenham Spurs, so still have predictions coming in.
I think this is now seeming to be, it seems to be looking more like a 2-1 to Manchester.
As opposed to your 3-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're joining the boat.
Yeah.
You're signing up.
Yeah.
Lifetime of service.
Yep.
That ends at 11:30 tonight. Or whenever the full-time whistle blows.
Oh my God.
Spurs coming forward here. United claiming for offside, and they are getting it. As the linesman has his flag up.
Yep. Definitely offside.
All right. 54 minutes into this match, 1-0 still to Tottenham. Getting a little aggressive all over the pitch. I think we will be seeing some more yellows, which will cause players to play with a bit more caution. Maybe Manchester United could take advantage of that if Spurs pick up some more cards. Oh my
The passes
Lord.
are not going. Like, there's just something. This is literally Manchester United in the Premier League, you know. So Tottenham decided to carry on with their Europa. Whatever.
But Tottenham lost 2 matches in their Europa League campaign versus Manchester United being unbeaten.
Yeah.
So we have seen them not as consistent, I guess you would say.
True that.
You know
Oh
it's
my
bad
goodness.
when Bruno can't even make passes.
No, for real. Yeah,
Like,
thank you.
I think that's when Manchester United might be a bit worried that your best player, your captain, a great midfielder, the playmaker, the creation, he's struggling right now. I would be concerned.
Nigerians in the house, some of these games, sleep, don't they catch me? The game no sweet at all.
I was listening to a podcast earlier today about this final, and they were suggesting, is this final bigger than the Champions League final? Not in terms of it being Europa League, but in the fact that it's Man U versus Tottenham and all the underlying stories. And I was thinking, yeah, but still with Inter and PSG, there's underlying stories there, and it's the Champions League. There's no way. And now that I'm watching this game, I'm thinking.
I think it depends on where you come at when you come at it from. I think. 'Cause
Of course.
If you're a fan of the Premier League and you mostly watch the English leagues, I think you probably wouldn't be too interested in the Champions League final. You'd still be interested in it, but I think if you look at it from a more European point of view, and I would say generally it's going to be a much more interesting final between Inter Milan and PSG than United and Tottenham. But I still think there'll be a lot of eyes on this final tonight, even though...
No, I definitely think so, but I think this is just confirming that there's no way that this is bigger than that with this, the level of football alone. I know we were all speaking about how this game could be cagey, it could be messy, but to be quite honest, it's just bad. Like, I thought we would maybe see a high-scoring affair because we'd see so many mistakes, but that would lead to a lot of, uncertainty and goals, and it's honestly just not.
I think Spurs, though, they seem to be quite physical in the game. Like, it feels like it's
There's been a few fouls here and there.
yeah. Oh la la.
As we say there, another foul from
Here we go.
Richarlison this time, who's going to be the third player to go into the book, along with Mickey van der Ven and Amad Diallo. Foul on Mazwari. Blatant foul there. He's not even going for the ball.
Blatant foul.
Yeah. I mean, but how do you commit such foul and you lift your 2 hands up? Like you're about to give your life to Christ. Like,
That's footballers for you. They think they can get away with it.
So it's like, yeah, ref.
Sure, it wasn't me.
And ref will be like, oh, it's not you. All right, cool, let's continue.
I do find it funny when they're protesting to the referee, and one day the referee's going to turn. Actually, no, you're right. I'm going to reverse my decision. Bruno with the ball in for United, and it's collected by Vicario. In the end, a little bit of a scramble in the box, and it gets cleared by Tottenham. It goes out for a Manchester United throw-in.
This guy looks like a rapper.
Problem.
One of them who
Collecting the ball there for Vicario.
You know, one of them mumble rappers.
Oh, the mumble rappers.
Yeah.
Very future.
Ooh. Lenny Euro gets a touch on it, and that, I think, just skews Vicario's ability to get hold of it.
Mate, these passes are just not happening
As
for
another
United.
long ball gets dealt with by Pedro Porro this time.
Clinton, we're approaching the 60th minute, meaning that it's been almost 15 minutes of the second half. Is it time for a sub?
Yeah, I mean, the time for a sub is come and gone. Like,
Oh, okay.
I mean, they need to start making the subs, obviously.
Yeah. Alex, do you think it's time that Ruben Amorim
Well, I do think
change
they've
something?
been better in the second half, but there's still a lot of improvements to be made. And I think if it's not working after 15 minutes, you've got to make changes. You're up against the clock. This isn't just a regular league game. This is a final. Mason Mount working hard there, but this is the thing as well. I think when a player goes forward, there's no one else with them. There's no movement. There's someone making a run there, Mason Mount, who did fantastic there to get through three defenders. But there's everyone else just standing around waiting for him to do something else. There's no fluidity. There's no one calling for the ball. It's all Mason Mount on his own.
Well, a man who's suffering probably just as much as KlintonCod is Gary Al Smith, Arsenal fan, coming to us with Calvin all the way in Accra.
Two Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Two Arsenal fans.
Calvin, I didn't know. Okay, so you both are, you two
Calvin,
and Clinton are all miserable.
Yeah, we are very miserable. We are very miserable. But he just told me that despite being an Arsenal fan, he would prefer a United win.
A Spurs win.
A Spurs win.
Yeah.
A Spurs win, actually. I don't know
Why is that, Calvin?
Well, I think that, yes, we all live for the banter of the game. And in Ghana, you have very few Tottenham Hotspur fans. Actually, they are countable. I can count.
There are like six.
Yeah, 6 of them.
In the whole of Ghana.
You know, I won't be teased so much. But if United win, I'm troubled here. Maybe those in London can deal with the Spurs fans on the northern side of London. But for here, I'll be cool with the Spurs win so that I can tease the Manchester United fan, including Clinton, who has predicted 3-1.
But historically, my problem is that, you know, after the banter today, they are going to hold it over our heads for a very long time to come. And that's my problem.
And that could push Arsenal to be more purposeful and more prudent going into the next seasons. I think that Mikel Arteta getting to know that this trophy will be rubbed in the faces of his team, will be looking more adventurous in the next couple of seasons.
Maybe transfer window.
Exactly, in the transfer window, get the needed elements, to fix his team so that Arsenal can be more dangerous and more lethal up front to be winning games and then clinching trophies going into next season, because his semi-final performances are awful for a manager of his class who wants to get to that level. And if Ruben Amorim and Postecoglou and the likes are taking less time in delivering, highly graded trophies to their sides, then it means that you quickly need to look sharp before. So if Spurs win, it means Arteta would have just 6 months. By December, if he doesn't show any
He'll be sacked.
The door should be open and then he should leave.
I mean, there's merit to his argument, because if a Spurs win is what is going to push the management of Arsenal to get, for example, a world-class striker and the reinforcements we need, then because I think that we are maybe about 2 or 3 world-class signings away from a trophy and not second place.
Yeah, not at all. I even think you just need one member of the team, and it's very clear that Arsenal is missing a target man. If you look at the number of opportunities being created and Arsenal squandering lots, then it
Ah,
means
what?
once you have a target man who can 20 extra goals to
Oh
what
my
Bukayo Saka
God!
and the other players give, then Arsenal could be in to win some loads of trophies. Arsenal needed just 20 goals this season to add up, and
Chance.
unfortunately they couldn't have it.
Oh, this is
Right.
Spurs
Anyway,
on the break here.
so
Spurs
guys,
on. Oh my goodness, Dominic Solanke with a poor touch.
we are seeing Spurs on the attack.
Yeah, on the break.
Yeah, on the break, and no.
Dominic
No.
Solanke there with a golden opportunity.
Yeah,
to put
that
Spurs
could have
Take
to
your
been
goal
legs
two.
well.
off, please. This should have been a goal for Spurs.
Clinton, apparently your legs are on the necks of these guys. So he's asking you
Gary-
to take your legs off. Yeah.
Gary, if you're Manchester United right now, are you making some subs? Because Clinton keeps talking about bringing these players
from a
in, and he's wondering what Amarin's doing, waiting for what?
Look, I think the United problem is look, he's going mental on the touchline now because nothing seems to be working for them. I don't know whether it's I don't know why there will be a lack of motivation on the part of the players, but it does look like that.
Well, I think it stems from the manager too. He gets easily frustrated, and I think that
He passes
yes,
it on
exactly.
to the
He passes it on to the players, and you know, if you look at the United games that they've won, there are times the manager looks dejected. He's actually squatting on the byline. It looks that all is lost. It takes players with their ingenuity. In the last couple of games, we've seen the likes of Harry Maguire, Casemiro, Mason Mount step up with something out of the blue, unconventional. If you look at his methods critically, it's actually affected United more than it can help them. So I think he's been overwhelmed by the entire thing, only dependent on the ingenuity of his players to get it. So once the players' ingenuity also feels that everything seems to be on the collapse, and that's exactly what we are seeing from Ruben
today.
Amorim. And if that is going to continue, it's going to get frustrating.
So Sarah was saying that Clinton was advocating or asking Amorim if you could hear him all the way from Spain to make some subs. You think he needs subs, or he just needs these players to do more of what they need to do?
I don't know why he tampered with his team. Fine, Mason Mount has scored 3 goals in the last 5 games, but if you look at him all season, he's not a player you need to start with. And we've seen a couple of instances where players who are returning from injuries are not really up for it. We saw an instance of Harry Kane when Tottenham went into the final. We saw Mohamed Salah, who wasn't readily fit, went into the final against Madrid, and after a few minutes, once Sergio Ramos got the job done, he got off. So I expected him to still stick.
Once Sergio Ramos got the job done.
So once you have a winning team, just stick to it, and then you can make alterations to the team in the second half. The last time Manchester United played against Bilbao, Mason Mount off the bench was very much important to the team and key to their success. So why don't you keep him on the bench? Play the likes of Garnacho when the team seems to be tired, and then they seem not to be even identifying some interested and good players. Then he can come off out of the blue, sneak in behind the Spurs defense, and get the win for the team. So
in a sense, Kelvin has spoken a lot, but in summary, if it ain't broke, United shouldn't have fixed it. In summary.
Yeah.
In summary,
Yeah.
guys, there's about half an hour left of this match, maybe with extra time. Do you see it staying like this?
I don't see United coming back. Do you?
Well, I see Spurs scoring their second goal. If United come back, it will only be a consolation, and then the 2-1 prediction stays. I'm very much confident.
Right.
Wow.
So Amorim giving a pep talk right now, but as much as I wouldn't like it, it looks like Postecoglou's second season syndrome in the positive direction is going to continue, and United are going to keep languishing, and that's the way the cookie crumbles from here.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this half. As we see, Sonny coming in for Tottenham Hotspur. Could be going from bad to worse.
Son is coming in. Well, this game is set and match then.
Yeah, and I think that's the best for him. He needed a very strong starting 11 to at least match up Manchester United. Now that the floodgates has been opened, it's very much spacious for him in Son to capitalize,
stretch the play,
stretch play, run through the channels, because United would open up a lot more
and will foul him.
Exactly. So I think it's a master stroke from Ange Postecoglou, at least for tonight.
At least for tonight, and that's all they need. And I'm sure we've had this argument throughout the last couple of weeks. But for my money, if either of these teams had won this trophy, it's a successful season for them, especially for Spurs.
Yes, I've always said it, and I think for Tottenham Hotspur fans, it will be very much successful. They'll have the opportunity to rebuild, even if it's not with Ange Postecoglou. They'll get into the UEFA Champions League. They can finish the season. They have the tools. You look at Tottenham Hotspur's players, and I don't think they are really bad. I think the
Most importantly, most of their injured players will be back.
exactly they'll be returning, and the manager or the new manager can have an opportunity to actually restructure, rebuild, and have a very good team that can battle and fight for trophies and at least finish in the top half of the league minimum.
Nice. I'm sure we'll see you. It's what, 69 minutes?
Yeah, 68 minutes.
68, 69
Yeah,
minutes
we'll
on the
see.
clock.
We'll see you guys in about 20 minutes. So enjoy the rest of the second half, and we'll see what happens.
Sure.
But thank you both.
Yeah, cheers.
Clinton, we just saw a song come in for Richarlison. One thing I was actually going to say while we were speaking to Gary and Kelvin is that nope. Oh!
Oh, line.
Oh my goodness! Who was that?
Lenny Euro with a shot.
Sorry, who defended that and just saved Tottenham?
Hoyland with a header, and I think it was Pedro Porro that cleared it off the line.
And he is rolling around. He hasn't gotten up. He looks like he might have pulled something. It was Gary. Gary's somewhere here still. Sorry about that. We're hearing Gary and Calvin. Let's rewatch this though for a minute.
I think
that was a poor.
It was.
Wow, what a save.
Mickey van der Ven.
Yeah, Vicario really miscalculated that. He had that, and he just.
It was Romero. No, it was Mickey van der Ven with the clearance.
Wow.
Did anybody call?
Ooh.
How you guys feeling about that one?
Well, how are you feeling about that one?
Well, very dangerous attack there, and I think Vicario nearly flapped his efforts. It came out for that.
What's a save, man?
Fantastic, and that is what you need from your best players in the event. Getting in, it was a close save, and you can see he just came off worse from that. But Manchester United nearly getting the equalizer. I think Spurs did enough. They are asking questions. These are the questions they ask. They will be floating in the ball a lot more times, and we expect that the scraps will fall in between the penalty area and the goalkeeper's area, and they'll capitalize on it to at least get an equalizer, just like they did in several times that they've played this season in the UEFA Europa League. So let's wait and see what will happen. But I think Spurs, this is a warning to them. But even if Manchester United score, Spurs have a second goal.
Calvin is so confident that Spurs have a second goal.
It's a little bit crazy, the Arsenal fan. Okay, thanks again, guys. Thanks again. There's too much happening in this game. All right, what I was going to say is with Son coming in for Richarlison, one thing I was going to say about Richarlison wasn't only his ability up front and everything he contributed, he was really tracking back for Spurs.
He was literally tracking proper.
You could tell that he was playing like, this is the final, I'm going to defend, I'm going to play all, the entire wing is mine.
Yep, I mean, that's exactly what I was saying earlier when I was speaking about Richarlison, right? I was speaking about that work rate that he puts in. That whole I want to win, puts himself in a position we saw today, him defending at the same time. So, no, he's a very, when he wants to play, he plays really good.
Absolutely. I actually think it could be a little bit detrimental for Spurs that they're losing him because he looked like he...
Why do they keep making all these passes that... What is going on, man?
Chantal's, how's socials looking? 20 minutes left of regular time.
Stressed Man United fans for sure. So I'm seeing D saying that on a serious note, Amorim's way of playing will not be successful in the EPL or against English teams. It just won't work. The earlier he goes, the better.
Okay, Garnacho.
And Zirkzee.
Garnacho,
okay, Garnacho and Zirkzee.
Hoyland and Amad Diallo coming off.
Wait!
Why? Oh, no, I think he might have just been getting a swig of water.
Okay.
Hoyland coming off.
Definitely.
Mason.
Okay.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's it.
So the two you wanted.
Yep.
20 minutes left to play. Garnacho and do you see what color his hair is?
I know. I was gonna what's this guy?
It's the Lamine effect.
Is it too little, too late for Manchester?
No, I think things are definitely gonna change now. Just watch it. You know me, I'm always very good with this. Like,
I think it's going to extra time.
I don't think it's going extra time.
I think United will get a goal.
You see that it goes to extra time? No.
I think United will get a goal before full time and win it in extra time. 2-1.
God, can you imagine if you're Spurs and that happens? Horrible. Guys, let us know and let Shantelle know what you think about those two subs. Finally, Clinton's been calling for both Zirkzee and Garnacho. They're both in now, 20 minutes of regular time. Can United with these two turn it around? Will we see something special happen as they're on the attack here? Oh my gosh! Ooh. And just like that, chance for United. It was Bruno Fernandes. Shot. That counts.
A lovely cross.
I mean, left completely open here. Guti Romero having two men.
Does that count as a shot, though? Those headers count as a shot? I don't think so.
Good question.
Well, I mean, I'm not hitting my bet because none of them Manchester United fans. I mean, players are doing anything.
No. But I think with the introduction of
it does count. Headers do count.
Hey,
oh, really?
I need Son to have two.
There's been 8 total attempts from Man United, 3 from Spurs. Spurs are the only team with a goal, though. And I do think that goal has actually been given to Brennan Johnson in the end.
I saw that as well, and I don't really understand that, but good for the young lad. It'll boost his confidence. Even though I think Luke Shaw, if they do lose, will have nightmares about that one for ages. Markinde says here, sorry, Shantelle, things change, Clinton? No, things fall apart. Well, time will tell. We're creeping in. We are creeping into that final quarter.
I do have to give credit to Spurs. They've defended fantastically.
Yeah.
Albeit what they've had to defend against hasn't been brilliant, but they've dealt with everything that's come their way. I think we're slowly starting to see this defence tie. I think Romero and Van der Ven slowly leaving some spaces as the ball comes in, but Vicario deals with it well. We can slowly start to see those gaps open up more and more as the game goes on. Naturally, they're tiring, and I think Van der Ven's in a little bit of a precarious position as well with the booking. He can't afford to go in too hard with any tackles as Spurs come away with the ball. Just over 15 minutes to go. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0. Zirkzee collects inside his own half. Bruno Fernandes finds Alejandro Garnacho. He's got Dorgu to his left. He finds a shot. What a save from Vicario down to his left.
That's what I love to see.
A bit of life in this Man United attack.
No, of course. I mean, I've always known that that's exactly what we needed all this while. Like, you would know how much spark it comes with. Even if it's not going to make the taking on defenders, he will try.
He'll put the pressure on.
Yeah, the pressure always comes from him, and that's something I miss all through that first half.
And I think that's something we haven't seen. Vicario hasn't had to do anything.
Literally, that was the first shot he's had to save.
Yeah. Can Bruno Fernandes find a teammate in the box? Ball swung in. Good cross. It's headed away again by Spurs. Amad Diallo back to Bruno Fernandes.
Nice.
Who finds it. Diallo again.
Oh.
It's a corner. Brennan Johnson putting the ball out for a corner to United. I know there's a certain Lucas Jimenez stressed out up in the press box there.
Yeah, absolutely sweating.
As Bruno Fernandes gets ready to take this corner again. Quite a few corners tonight. And it's in, but it falls to Luke Shaw. Oh. Tries to put the cross in, but it's blocked.
Luke Shaw isn't that guy anymore. Man.
Back out to Mazwari, who finds Bruno Fernandes. To Casemiro, that loses the ball. Spurs look to come away on the counter-attack here.
Coming.
It's a lovely tackle there.
He held on to the ball way too long there, Son.
Yeah,
Dorgu.
Come on, United, do it, man. There's still time. Do it. We need a goal ASAP.
Yeah, get excited, Clinton. Amp yourself up.
Garnacho on the left. Gives it to Mazwari. And that is a possible penalty shout. I think the referee's given a goal kick.
I don't think so.
Porro with the tackle on Mazwari. United fans tense. It's a lovely tackle from Patrick Dorgu there. Fantastic.
To be fair for Son, he didn't really have many people that were...
I think that was a foul. It wasn't a penalty, but I think that was a foul. He didn't get the ball. I think that was a foul. It was outside the box, so they won't look at it on VAR.
Gladly.
What?
What did you just say?
No.
Are you away? You're actually...
No. I was...
Take your glasses off for 1 second. Oh my goodness, Clinton
Falling
is.
asleep.
I am not. These guys are not making me proud.
You off?
To hell with United, man.
Hi, Clinton.
See you later.
See you. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I am just.
He's trying to wake himself up by standing.
So don't fall asleep.
I know this one. I know this one very well. Move the legs, get the blood circulating a little bit.
Amad Diallo on the right-hand side for United.
Standing up is a sign that United is about to score. I'm just getting myself ready to celebrate.
Bruno Fernandes loses the ball again. Tottenham lining up in banks of four, defending extremely well. Luke Shaw finds Casemiro, who looks forward, but he loses the ball again. Bentancur with the interception this time, and Spurs come away with the throw-in. Some nervous faces in that San Mamés crowd.
I think everyone's nervous right now. You can't be confident. I was a bit surprised, that Spurs fan was so confident that Kelvin and Gary were speaking to. Oh, substitution here.
Danso looks like he'll be coming on, I assume, for Mickey van der Ven, who's, of course, on a booking.
Also looking like he really landed hard in that save, but well worth it.
Worth it.
But I think he's feeling that a bit. That's definitely bruising.
And I think a sensible substitution from Matt Postecoglou.
With the yellow,
booking.
sure.
As this game goes on, if United do score and it goes to extra time.
That actually could have been dangerous for his knee. Wow.
Just over 10 minutes to go. Can United pull this back? Clinton's standing up.
It's actually Brennan Johnson.
No,
who's
they're
been
actually
subbed
telling him
out.
that he needs to change his team and join Arsenal.
Damn. Brennan Johnson, the player coming out for Danzo. Alex, Park Le Bus.
Looks like it. They've gone what? I think that means they've gone to a back five, almost. Danso slotting in as that sort of far right centre back. Unless, it looks like it's a back five. As United come forward.
5-3-2. Or 5-4-1 even.
Amad Diallo looking for options, but no one's moving. Ball in. Spurs get rid of it. Again. Luke Shaw with a throw in here on this left-hand side.
Oh, you wonder how this is going to fend for Ange here. That decision to go to a back five.
Could that come back to bite him?
You get nervous.
As Lenny Euro comes forward.
They already haven't had much of the ball in United's half since Richarlison came off. And now they're taking off another attacking player.
Ball in. It's been very stagnant and not very much movement from United in attack. No one's offering a run.
Yeah.
There's no to and fro passing. It's everyone's looking at the person with the ball, waiting for them to do something. Amad Diallo and Bruno Fernandes have been the only ones really offering anything. Mazraoui has a throw in here. Gives it to Diallo. Can he get the ball in? Does. Spurs get rid of it again.
I think, Alex, someone needs to make an edit of you from today's watch along and just how many times you said that. And it's a ball through. Nope. Cleared away from Spurs.
United building a good block of possession here, but nothing to show for it. 80 minutes on the clock. 10 minutes of normal time to
Clinton,
go.
how are we feeling?
The only comeback Man U will be doing is coming back to England trophyless.
Well,
Comments are
you say that.
posting.
Mazraoui with the ball in, and Tottenham get rid of it. Lenny Euro powering through, and he gets the ball in, and there's no one in the box. Garnacho finds the scraps out on the left-hand side. He's up against Pedro Porro. Looks to Bruno Fernandes.
Free at the top of the box, Gary.
Can Bruno Fernandes produce some magic?
Whole body
Gives
in
it back
front.
to Garnacho. And Tottenham clear once again.
See, this is what I mean, though. When you're parking the bus, but you're allowing Manchester United to continuously push, get those crosses in, try and take those shots. If you're going to allow them that much, they will eventually score.
They will. Well, most teams would. Manchester United.
Still a lot of time.
There's still 9 minutes of normal time to go, and you wouldn't be surprised if there's a good 4 minutes of added
Hold
time.
on to the ball.
As the ball forward here to Solanke.
Well done from Solanke there.
Brilliant.
Wow, that was beautifully done.
Oh
And
my.
finds Son, but it's a brilliant tackle from Mazraoui.
Just not the fastest players, but that was lovely footwork from Solanke. Getting past 3 United players, I believe.
Lenny Euro coming forward again, who
Lenny
looks like
Euro-
he's
yeah.
hobbling a little bit.
Yeah, that might be it for him.
Alejandro Garnacho, who's been key for United since
No,
coming
definitely. I think it's almost like they've just switched. A minute ago, it was Amad Diallo having that whole heat coming from the right, and now it's okay. Amorim going to the bench. Look at United players looking, saying Euro needs to go.
Looks like Victor Lindelof, or well, we could see Johnny Evans come on in a European final for Manchester United. Diego Dallo, another option on that bench, or if Amorim.
But why is Diogo Dallo not playing though?
He's been quite average recently. Will Amorim go for youth or experience? He's got Aiden Heaven.
It's Diego Dallo that's going to be coming on there.
It looks like it is. Diego Dallo, I assume, will then move into a back 4 as, well, maybe you'd, actually no, would you keep the back 5?
Like the passes don't seem to be going through. Like all of this.
Tottenham are lined up in banks of 4 or 5 now, and they're happy to defend. But can they hold on for these last 7 minutes?
Oh, they don't even care about pushing forward. Oh my goodness, this is scary though. As much as United have been so poor going forward, I just don't like that Tottenham are allowing that pressure on them. It eventually does crack.
It does. Garnacho again. Dorgu's going forward. Garnacho up against. He's surrounded by men as soon as he gets the ball.
Okay, they need to start taking shots from the outside now, man.
Harry Maguire.
Somebody should do some Mamouche stuff, man.
To Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo tackled here by
It's not been good today.
Udogie.
Hold on to the ball.
Udogie
Not like
loses the
that.
ball.
I'm seeing a
Card, Clinton, yours hits.
Zirkzee
That's number
goes
5.
into the book. Bruno Fernandes with some choice words there for the referee.
I'm sure. Shantelle, sorry, what was that?
No. I saw a very outlandish comment, and I was wondering if it was even worth reading. But somebody said that if Tottenham win the Europa League, it's equivalent to Liverpool winning the Premier League.
Wait, why?
That's
I
what
don't
I would
get
love
it.
to know too.
Whoever wrote that,
Yeah.
tell us why.
Like, what are you
I
going on about?
understand.
Yeah,
Sorry, what did it say?
don't worry. It doesn't
Tottenham
make any
winning the
sense.
It doesn't
Europa
make
League
sense.
is the equivalent of Liverpool winning the Prem. I'm missing something. So Mazraoui's coming out actually for Diogo Dallo. So is Lenny Euro still playing?
He is still on the pitch. You would assume that.
He looks like he's struggling to get through here. So I don't know if that's a smart move.
Yeah, I mean, I just seen the last comment come on, and that's what I wish Manchester United obviously in front. But yeah, we don't want to watch an extra 30 minutes of this, whatever it is we're watching.
Whatever it is you're watching. Shantelle, there's about 5 minutes left of regular time here. Is there anyone still saying that this is, we are going to see some sort of remontada?
Nope.
He had to take a step just 1 second later.
Somebody said that Man U actually wasted their remontada on Lyon, so we're not seeing that tonight.
Good remontada, to be fair.
It was, but well, someone just said that for sure Man United is gonna come back from Spurs. I don't see that happening, but it's good to know that persons are still.
I don't know. I feel like I could still see it happening. That's just
A last-minute goal.
We got a foul here.
Spurs are Spursy, and
Yeah,
I
that
don't
is
like
true. We
the
can never trust
subs
Spurs.
from. Yeah, I'd be having a panic attack too. Richardson on the side, just looking super nervous. I don't like the subs for Manch.
Another ball in.
Hold it, lie on the ground, roll around. Yeah,
Another couple
time
of minutes
wasting.
there that Tottenham can waste. United do still have options on the bench. Kobe Mainu, Christian Eriksen.
It's kind of shocking that Kobe Mainu didn't get minutes.
Kobe Mainu, the only real difference maker you see on that bench for United. Kevin Danso there, just a toenail away from-
The slightly missing that.
I think if he got any further, he would have probably pulled his hamstring.
I think he had to just wait to take that initial step, but good effort anyways.
Ball forward. Can United make inroads into this Tottenham defence? Joshua Zirkzee collects the ball on the edge of the area. Can he find some room? Zirkzee with a block
No, he
shot.
cannot.
Balls to Diego Dallo. Dallo's got Amad Diallo and Bruno Fernandes in front of him. Tottenham really blocking United out here as Luke Shaw.
I'm loving this. Let's go Spurs. Let's go.
Diego Dallo calling for it. Spurs as Luke Shaw puts the ball in the box. Harry Maguire on the floor. Vicario collects it. Harry Maguire and Christian Romero there.
Guti and Harry have been going at it all
Have
game.
been exchanging words all game along. Kevin Danso pushing Harry Maguire away.
Fair enough.
Is this a possible hold on Harry Maguire from Christian Romero?
I mean, to be fair, on the other end, Harry Maguire had
sorry.
both his hands around Guti at
Van
one
de
point
Ven.
from a corner. So I think the ref is kind of letting them play because I saw the same thing in the first half.
As we see, this game is getting quite scrappy now with
Time wasting at its finest, ladies and
a
gentlemen.
push there from Harry Maguire. on
Wow, Harry
Romero.
Maguire might be,
Going into the book.
that's number 6.
Harry Maguire gets a booking for a shove on Christian Romero. Romero making a meal of it.
You would, though.
You would.
He sees the time. Oh, Clinton having a
going,
bit of a reality check. It's getting closer. 2 minutes of regular time. Tottenham Hotspur minutes away from getting a trophy after 17 years without one, and it was the Audi Cup.
Carling Cup,
Carling Cup, you're right, yeah.
now known as the...
Oh, Kobe Manu.
Oh, wow.
Kobe Manu looking to get a few minutes in here. Ruben Amorim making that sub. Clinton a little bit too late. Oh, and 2 subs here.
Jed Spence and Archie Gray coming on for Tottenham Hotspur. Ange really parking the bus here, bringing on 2 more defenders. At this rate, Spurs have 7 defenders on the pitch and 1 goalkeeper.
Yeah, they are.
Leaving up front
Please.
Dominic Solanke, Pape Matar Sarr and Heung-min Son.
They have to win, otherwise it's going to be long. Will Ange's subs pay off? We're moments away from finding out.
There we go. So we have Udogie coming off for, you would assume, Jed Spence. I
It's
think-
Sar and Basuma, I think.
No, there's Udogie coming off. Number 13 was held up, unless
That's Sar.
so that is Sarr, but unless they got the numbers wrong. Archie Gray coming on for Sarr, and then Jed Spence coming on.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Destiny Udogie. Destiny Udogie putting in a real shift at left back today.
Yeah, did well. I
Done
think
fantastic.
him and Richarlison played really well together in this match.
But
Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in the 90th minute. Yes, a lot of substitutions have been made, so there will be some extra time here. Let's find out just how much Tottenham Hotspur can taste silverware for the first time in 17 years. Will they be able to wind this clock down and get it?
Well, persons are trying to...
7 minutes of added time. Can United do it? They've been given a lifeline.
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
7
gets
minutes
an
seems a bit
equaliser.
long.
I think with all the delays, it makes sense.
7? I think I would have said 5, Matt.
Yeah, thank you.
But
No, like there wasn't.
It definitely wasn't 7.
Well, here's the 7th yellow card for the
Ruben
7th
Amorim,
minute.
Or is it someone on the United bench?
Looking like a
Victor
Lindelof. Lindelof picking up a card. Not any minutes, just a card. Let's take a look at what happened here. Yeah, he's having a go at this referee's assistant here. Can't be doing that. I don't think he's too worried, if I'm honest, though.
No. As United come forward, Diego Dallo gives it back to Casemiro. Casemiro finds Luke Shaw, who gives it to Garnacho. United finding space. Bobby
Someone
Mayhew.
said Leon should have knocked us out.
Damn.
Diallo to Zirkzee. Zirkzee back to Diallo as...
Ahmed Diallo hasn't been having a great game today.
No, he's not had a great second half. That's it.
No.
He's been shut off, though. Spurs have defended fantastically. The ball in. Going to go out for a corner. There's a few penalty claims going on, but it's a goal kick. Harry Maguire, I think,
Harry Maguire, I think, looking for anything he can at this point.
up against Cuti Romero again. Dallo with the cross in. We see this action replay. It's Danso actually up against...
I mean, sorry, Harry Maguire is going up against him, pushing him, putting his hands on him. What do you call it? Absolutely nothing there.
It's a fair challenge.
Yeah, you got to be better than that.
5 minutes left of the 7 added on. Can Tottenham Hotspur win their first European trophy since 1984? End their 17-year drought for a trophy? Or will United win their second Europa League title in 8 years? Spurs fans joyful.
Oh, Bilbao is going to be...
That's Sam
Please bring him on the show.
Can we
bring him on the show, please.
Can we bring him in?
Bring him on the show, please. Oh.
There's a dog in the
no,
studio.
no, we need him.
Can we bring
it?
him?
No, you need to bring it.
Can we have the dog?
Please.
Can we have the dog for the show?
No, please bring it back.
Johnny Evans with
Oh,
the
that's the
yellow
only thing
card.
that can make
Can
me
we get
happy
the
right
dog
now,
on the
man.
show? I'm not even kidding.
No, I'm not even kidding either. Like, that's the only thing that will give me joy.
Clinton needs all the emotional support he can get. A lot of persons are actually checking in, by the way.
No, they need to bring it out, though.
What are they saying?
They're asking if he's okay. He has no joy this season with Real Madrid and Man United.
Can they please bring us that puppy, man?
No, would I be crazy, unfair, petty if I just sat here and shout Spurs? Let's go Spurs. Let's go Spurs. Clinton?
Diallo with the ball here, up against Heung-min Son. The ball in. Can United find a header? No. It's away by Spurs again.
I'm loving this.
3 minutes left of the added time. United throwing the kitchen sink at this game. Lenny Euro with the ball to Diallo. Back to Lenny Euro in the middle. Can Lenny Euro put the ball in? He does, but it's away again by Tottenham.
Yeah, that's it, Bruno. Oh.
Bruno finds the space. Can he get the shot off?
Oh,
He
boy.
finds Garnacho.
Oh, boy.
Garnacho with the ball in, but it's defended well by Spurs, who give it away. Garnacho.
Oh,
Lenny Euro. Can he get the shot off? I think it's going to be a goal kick, unless there was a deflection on that.
Choice words there. About 2 minutes left here of extra time. It feels very tense right now.
Someone says the dog is a Tottenham fan.
Bring it to me.
Yes, nice.
I don't know if they're going
Yes,
to.
finally, I'm about to smile. Oh, man. Yes.
I don't know if it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I don't think it's happening.
Excuse.
Can we
Yeah. Yeah. Wait.
No, he's leaving.
No,
Leave him
it's
alone.
not going.
Clinton.
Wait. No, we are doing it, man.
Yeah, it's live. Don't worry.
Bring it. This is the only thing making me happy today. Thank you. Yes.
Clinton's got a dog.
Well, he doesn't have a trophy.
If Manchester United is not going to make me happy, this little puppy is going to make me happy. Let's come here. Let's record the show together, man. You see, finally I'm smiling, man. Manchester United, if you want to lose, that's your business.
Don't yell. He's
Ball in. United with a chance.
Maybe this dog might even bring our goal. Who knows? This is the ritual.
Let me squeeze.
Oh, hello. Who's going to win? Is it going to be Tottenham Hotspur? See. Zirkzee. Oh, there's a new friend to the show. We call him Sonny. I'm going to go.
Wait, let me give him an Igbo name. He needs an Igbo
No,
name.
give him back to his owner.
No, wait. He needs an Igbo name.
It's scared.
He needs an Igbo name.
Oi.
So we're gonna call him Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi Kekwano.
All right, go return him to his owner.
Ifeanyi Kekwano.
Oh! What a save.
I told you, Ifeanyi is about to bring us a goal. Okay. Ifeanyi.
All right. Well, thank you for
Ifeanyi.
the lovely little pet that we just had join the show. 30 seconds until Tottenham Hotspur are the Europa League champions. Can Manchester United scavenge and get anything here? Crosses are being made. Oh my goodness. Every ball is going in. Tottenham are clearing it.
Diallo. It's a corner for Manchester United. There's seconds left.
Clinton!
Let's go, Spurs!
Vicario with a fantastic save again from Luke Shaw's header. Wow.
We love to see it.
As a last corner for Manchester
Last-ditch effort
United.
here.
Can they get an equaliser, or will Tottenham be lifting the Europa League trophy?
Andre Onana getting into the area. Every last man.
Everyone in the box. Spurs fans on tenterhooks, ready to lift off in that stand behind the goal. The ball gets sent in. It's headed up. Garnacho. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
My heart. Vicario read that well. He knew that wasn't coming in. This should be the end of the match. They're waiting. The fans are going crazy. They are moments.
Come on, Spurs!
Silverware. Yeah, that was all the way out. Garnacho trying something here, but
I think Casemiro.
Casemiro getting a foot on it. We're just waiting for that final whistle here.
Oh, man.
The Spurs team are ready to crowd the pitch. They're going to let Vicario take it, and then I would assume blow that final whistle.
This is sad.
As bad as Spurs have been in the league, Ange Postecoglou winning the Europa League.
Oh, they're crying.
With this team
They're crying.
is unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go Spurs! Of the Europa League. They have won a trophy, 17 years of a drought, and today marks a day where they can smile and look back on beating Manchester United at San Mamés 1-0 thanks to Brennan Johnson, and that is all she wrote. Tottenham Hotspur beat Manchester United. Tottenham Hotspur beat Manchester United. KlintonCod, what do you have to say?
I cannot believe this, man.
You know,
I can.
Sorry, guys.
It's part of that.
Sorry, guys. Incredible scenes, really. Alex, we haven't seen Tottenham win anything in ages, in what feels like a lifetime. And tonight we are seeing them celebrate against the United, who, although they were horrendous in the Premier League this season, were unbeaten in the Europa League. We saw them come back. We saw them beat every single team. And they outplayed them in every single way.
Yeah, I think
Speechless. We don't know how to react to Tottenham.
Spurs. I want to say Spurs deserved it, but going forward, they didn't create anything. They converted. They got lucky with that chance. But in football, if you ride your luck and you defend well, which Spurs did, Spurs defended fantastically. United going forward were shocking, diabolical. There was a complete devoid of ideas in that front. 4, 5, 6 men going forward. Diallo was the only one creating anything. And, well, at the end of the day, if you don't take your chances, you don't deserve to win football matches. And Spurs did just that. And they've won 1-0 by the skin of their teeth. And, well, congratulations to him. And Ange Postecoglou's prophecy lives on. He always wins things in his second season.
That's what he's saying. He promised, he delivered, and there you go. There you have it. The Tottenham name being inscribed into the Europa League trophy, ready for Son to lift it. Clinton, a man of no words. Tell me about the emotion. What are you most upset about right now? Are you most upset about the fact that they didn't win the trophy, that they're not going to be in the Champions League, that they played bad, or that they lost to Spurs?
Ooh, pitching
You see, there's a lot, actually.
I know there is. There's many things to look at.
For me, let me tell you where my mind is going right now, Sarah. My mind is literally just saying, you mean what we have to say as United fans is we finish 16th or 17th?
Yeah, one more
Literally-
game.
Literally, that's what
Yeah.
this season has been about.
Yeah. It's a hard pill to swallow.
Manchester United. Manchester United. Hey! Jesus. Oh my God. Wow.
Shantelle, do you have anything to say?
Glory, glory. Okay, let me not. Tottenham Hotspur. Okay, let me not. But like I said in the beginning, these are two horrible teams playing like this season. So I didn't have much. I wasn't expecting anything really, but Tottenham walked away with this win. Congrats to them. I didn't think Man United was going to pull it off, and they didn't. And Clinton, I'm sorry that you had to witness this, but I'm happy that I got to witness this with you. But all I can say is congrats, Spurs. I mean, they always say never trust Spurs, so this was a very shaky match, to be honest. Coming into it, I didn't know what to expect because it could have gone in anyone's favor, really.
I don't think anyone thought a 1-0 win, though, to Spurs. I mean, whoever had that,
No, someone actually said that in the comments that they only see one goal, but
wow.
I thought Man United would have at least given us something, but apparently not. So here we are.
Well, let's go to Gary and Kelvin and get their reaction. And let's hear from some Spurs fans, shall we?
Yeah, I
Hey,
told you
Gary,
there are only
don't sound
6
too
Spurs
happy
fans in
now.
Ghana. There are only 6 Spurs fans in Ghana, and there's currently just one here. Probably the other 5 are somewhere. I don't know. But yeah.
You're so upset, Gary. You can't even hide it.
Congratulations to Spurs. United were rubbish, man. They
Yeah,
have
I mean,
absolutely
this
nobody
whole match,
blame.
to be fair,
I mean,
was not great.
I mean, this was like, it will be disrespectful to Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest to say this was like a Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest game, because a 2025 Bournemouth versus Nottingham Forest game will be better than this one. 100% facts.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
It'll be
This
more
was
intense.
this was a pretty this ranks up there for one of the worst European finals I think we've seen.
Finals up there. I mean, whether it's Europa, whether it's Conference, whether it's Champions League.
Yeah.
Total. And once Spurs had scored, the game plan, it was quite clear what they wanted to do. They followed it to the letter. United were bereft of any invention. You know, they lacked ideas. The players did not seem inspired. Sergio Manucho!
There he is. Bring him in.
There he is. Come on, Sergio. Glory, glory. Tottenham Hotspur.
Wow.
Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Glory, glory. Tottenham Hotspur. And the Spurs keep marching on. So problem is, right after this show, as an Arsenal fan, I need to wash my mouth with Dettol, with the detergent, for singing this song. But for now, though, I need to be a sport and congratulate you. And he knew from the very beginning, because he said if they had to play this United team, he was insistent that if it's this United team, there was nothing to worry about, right?
Simple. Gary, you saw from the onset. Our usual boy, Onana, was imposed. you know, they remember Onana, 2019.
I know.
Spurs against Ajax. That Lucas Moura hat-trick. You say, that guy is not that guy.
He's not that guy.
Yes,
right?
we saw Messi Mount. We are in 2025 when you are playing Messi Mount. Luke Shaw from nowhere playing, we say Agbena. This was the cheapest ever final for us.
I know, right?
Juman was soft. And you know, I big shout out to Big Ange.
He's Big Ange. All right. Did you hear that? Big Ange. Big Ange.
Big Ange.
You know, he's perfect. And let me tell Sporty TV viewers, Big Ange will be, you know, he will be centered. He will get the greatest ever coach of all time.
For Spurs?
Yes. You remember his coach? Yeah. I win things in my second seasons. That be the greatest ever coach of all time. And he's done it. This is the coach we talk about.
The biggest trophy Spurs have won in a very, I don't know.
Yes! For the past 17 years. I mean, well, me don't go. You know, Gary, I've suffered 2019.
Come this
You
way.
know, 2019. You were living testimony.
I know, right?
I was Charlie, and that 2019 trophy we lost. You know, I suffered a lot. Lost my girlfriend.
You lost your girlfriend.
My girlfriend. Baby girl told me, said you were giving your time to a team that do not recognize you.
So she left.
She left. Top woman.
My God. Oh, sorry, bro.
We dated over 5 years, and this guy said, no, I can't trust you, bro, Charlie. Supporting a team who do not recognize you and leaving me in bed. Champion said, I can't do this.
Wow. That's it. Anyway, congrats, bro.
Fantastic. I'm happy. Shout out to all Spurs fans. That we suffered. We suffered. Friday, they know Ghana Spurs. We are moving to ex-president's house. He said, when we win the camp, Friday, we should come on board.
Come on.
Charlie.
All right. So the former president of Ghana, that just recently left president of Ghana, I should put it that way. Nana Akufo-Addo is a very, very well-known Spurs fan, and he told the official Spurs supporters group that if they win Friday night, a party was going to be on him. So yeah, should be fun for them.
It should be fun for them. Gary's like, I'm not getting anywhere near that. Anywhere near that. Gary, let's talk though a little bit quickly on Manchester United, because we obviously saw them perform really well in the Europa League. They went unbeaten until tonight. We saw that comeback against Lyon. We saw a comfortable win against Sociedad, against Bilbao. But tonight, Clinton mentioned this. This was almost like the Premier League form of Manchester United. They had what seemed like no plan whatsoever. They weren't able to get maybe more than 5 consecutive passes. Ruben Amorim decided to wait all the time in the world to make the subs. I mean, once Garnacho and Zirkzee came on, that immediately changed the game. Why wasn't that sub made, in the 50th minute? Everything went wrong for this team, and they didn't deserve to win. But why do you think there was such a drastic change from what we saw, a few weeks back when they were winning all their Europa League games?
Like I said earlier, I mean, it wasn't broken and he decided to fix it. And, that is the easiest rule in the book. Why do you change something that's working? Mason Mount has not been himself all season. He has a good run of games. I mean, even Song Heung-min was on the bench. That should tell you something. And that's, with the greatest of respect, a more consistent game changer. He's a more proven game changer than Mason Mount would be in the last whatever number of years. And so it's quite disappointing from United perspective that he decided to make those changes to start with. And then it's got to be said that his reaction also needed a lot to be desired. So yeah, they lost it in the grand scheme of things. We have to blame the players as well, because assuming he made a mistake with the starting 11. Come on, guys. It's the biggest game of the season in a very, very inauspicious season. Do better. Show some more desire. Some more desire, and it wasn't there. I don't know what's wrong.
Clinton, let's talk about Amorim then, because I asked you before what his future means. But Gary's talking about all the right things. You're starting this lineup that isn't your best starting 11. It's a final. He has a worse record than Ten Hag. They're going to finish 16th or 17th. Why do you keep him?
Apart from Garnacho, who didn't come in.
I think Garnacho and Zirkzee.
I mean, Zirkzee, first of all, I think he should be starting the game.
But that's what I'm saying. The lineup was not the correct lineup to start this game. And you said that, and Gary's saying that now. And what I'm saying is, why do you keep Amorim? I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I want to hear from you.
You know what I said earlier in the show? I said Amorim right now, this first season, fact is he's just experimenting with this Manchester United, especially knowing that I believe he does not have the players that he wants. Looking at that striking position, especially, we know that there's for a team like Manchester United, the people we have up front are not the level of players that should be in that team. I remember Alex, who was calling names of players in Manchester United who should either have gone or should have stayed. And, it was like maybe 2 or 3 players that you felt were still world class in that United side.
I mean, from tonight, Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo.
And maybe, Garnacho when he came in, exactly.
But you look at the rest of that team.
Yeah, I think he was really, really...
Onana was at fault, I think, for the goal. Yep. The back four, Dorgu. I don't think Dorgu was brilliant, but I don't think he was awful. Yeah. Harry Maguire wasn't that special.
Yep. Yep. You go down to even the likes
Casemiro.
of Casemiro. I didn't even see him in the
Didn't see
game at all.
anything from him.
Honestly,
Mason Mount was really
Mason
quiet.
Mount was quiet in that first half, proper down to until he was taken off. You want to talk about the Mazraoui? Literally not in Euro.
Mazraoui,
Like I mean,
Lenny
we
Yoro,
can even
Shaw.
look Shaw. Like everybody was just zero, man. Like this
Hoyland.
is. Oh.
Oh, let him cook. Go for it, Clinton. I want to hear. I need a rant right now. I need you to have an emotional rant. This is your team that lost. and they played like garbage.
No, but you see, the reason why I'm not really ranting, Sarah, is the fact that we've had a very bad time in the Premier League, right? And I think what I'm seeing here is the fact that maybe they are playing in Tottenham thinking this is the Premier League again. And this is the United that you would normally get. Like, I would have thought that the fact that you're not even in England, you're literally playing it in Spain, it would make you think that it's European football. But, fam, because you're seeing Spurs, whom both of you are literally partners in negative crime in the Premier League, you then decide to bow for literally, this is, I don't know what it's like. I'm meant to be feeling badly, but I wasn't expecting. Of course.
Wow.
No.
He's
It's
speechless
not
here.
always.
We've done it. We've done
Speechless,
it.
man.
Yeah, speechless for the first time ever. Manchester United have shocked him.
They've done it.
They've done it.
So I think he's not the only one. I'm seeing quite a number of United fans here, and they don't know what to say. Like, what's failed them?
I mean, I think we said all the things. The lineup was bad. They didn't have a game plan. The subs were bad. There was no motivation. Like, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. I can't really say one thing that was good about this United side. Like, yes, there were certain players that weren't horrible, but I don't think that's enough to say that, okay, that was good. There was nothing good about this side. It seemed like, I don't know, maybe like Clinton said, they lined up as if they were playing a week 19 Premier League match against Tottenham, and this wasn't a final at all. Like, they had nothing about them in this game.
Absolutely. And there needs to be some soul searching. I'm sure they've been doing that for a couple of weeks, months, years now. There needs to be more soul searching, and they need to sort it out fast in the transfer window, do the clear out. For the sake of the health of the Premier League, we need a healthy Manchester United, They are too big to fail, I think. As much as I hate to say that, we need a healthy United for the gravitas of the Premier League to go on. Because, when you're sending teams to Europe, certain teams with certain history are able to pull up certain audiences, give you certain storylines that some others may not. What United can do in Europe, Nottingham Forest cannot, no matter how much good football they play, So, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with United during this summer transfer window, obviously knowing that they do need to do a clear out. We knew this, early on in this season as well, it seemed. But knowing that there's no Champions League, knowing that there's no European football next year, it's going to be tricky, like we mentioned at the top of the show before the match, to get players in, similar to like a Milan situation. What's going to happen with so many of these players that they have, especially young players? You're looking at Garnacho, you're looking at Højlund, you're looking at Zirkzee. Yeah, maybe Højlund is not good enough for Manchester United, but what happens to them? Do they want to stay? You wouldn't. Do they want to stay there for the rebuild? It's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. So it's going to be a very interesting summer for Manchester United, and they need to make some serious moves. They need to go after some serious footballers that are going to help them with this rebuild, and it's not going to be easy.
But people have said, and Alex, I think you mentioned this some time ago, that there seems to be a cultural problem at United. You could bring Messi and Ronaldo in there, and they will still slump. And many people have said there's a cultural rot in the United setup that needs an absolute reset and an upgrade. So who are you going to bring there? Who is going to, something has got to change beyond the playing body, and I don't know when and how they can do it, but it needs to be done.
I think,
and I'm speaking as an Arsenal fan.
The big thing for me tonight was we quite often see Spurs play gung-ho football, and it's either 4-3 or they get battered 5-0. Mm-hmm. Ange Postecoglou sacrificed that to get the result tonight. we quite often say clubs when they play this fancy football, they don't sacrifice it, and it means that they lose out on a trophy. But Spurs, they did sacrifice that tonight. They got the result. They set up fantastically defensively. Yes, United were throwing quite a poor attacking effort towards them, but they held strong and they did their job. They were fantastically set up tactically and personnel-wise. And I think you have to give a lot of credit to Ange Postecoglou, and it makes you point a lot of fingers at Ruben Amorim. He's been hell-bent on playing this back five, but once again, it's been proven that you can't play a back five if you don't have the right group of players, and United don't have those players to play a back five well. He continues to do it over and over and over again, and it shows a real naivety that he thinks it's going to work. It's that, what's the phrase of hitting a square peg in a round hole, or doing the first sign of madness is doing the
Alex,
same
Clinton,
thing over and over
Shantelle,
again, expecting a different result.
Sarah, look, Xabi Alonso has not even started working for Real Madrid in an official capacity, and he's been asked, and he says what works at Leverkusen is unlikely to work elsewhere. You know, it's an admission that different teams need different styles and systems and different ways of shaping up. You do not take a system from a Portuguese team that is playing in a certain kind of league into the English Premier League, copy, paste, without any nuance, without considering the prevailing conditions, the set of players you have, so that even in the interim, before you play your own hallowed formation or whatever you think has worked for you historically, just play to your strengths at the moment. When you eventually get those players, you play the way you want. I mean, this is the easiest rule in the book. You know, you play to your strengths. Why do you insist on playing the way that made you successful with a certain group of players of which or which kind you don't have at Manchester United? It's mind-boggling. I just don't understand the kind of naivety that Alex said. Why do you do that? You know. Anyway.
It's hard to say. Clinton, do you have any thoughts on that?
I'm just very disappointed, Sarah.
I can tell.
Extremely disappointed. And I feel like I don't want to, like, I'm tired of wasting my energy on this United side, man. Like, this is the most important game I thought they would have
I
taken
had to
seriously.
crash my manager's post-game interview. Gary, hi, Clinton. How are you? 3-1.
He literally was crying now.
Oh, Clinton, it's been a bad season for you. Hope you win the Club World Cup to appease your soul. I'm sorry. I apologize, okay?
Who's winning the Club World Cup?
It's all love to you, brother, from Accra, okay?
Apparently. Is that who's winning the Club World Cup?
Sorry, Man United aren't in that.
Right?
No, it can't be them. No, it can't be
No,
them.
Real Madrid.
Yeah, it can't
Real
be
Madrid
them.
with all their
I'm not
injuries.
sure.
Yeah,
Pep
should
Guardiola
be
will win
fine.
this for Manchester City.
All right, bro.
Calvin is here just to stir
Yeah,
the
I know,
pot.
I know.
He came just to say 3-1. He didn't even want to say that you lost. He said your prediction was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sorry,
guys, so.
Well, Clinton's giving up on United. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I mean. Oh.
Something bad is happening, right?
16-17 on the league. 16-17 on the league. Like,
I think it's time to leave Clinton and to call it a night from here.
To hang it up there.
Do you want?
Bye, Clinton.
Wow.
Gary, I don't know if you can see me.
Wow.
So we're about to see Sonny lift the trophy.
Aw.
Yep.
We've got a
All
spot.
right,
From
we
the
do have
bench.
to watch. Hung Son has lifted the
Sonny
trophy.
lift the trophy. 1, 2, 3 goes up to the players, and there we go. Tottenham Hotspur, European champions.
Gary, I know you're an Arsenal fan, and I said this earlier in the show, but I don't think there's any football fan in the world that isn't happy to see Son happy. He's one of the most likable players, and I think it means so much for him. Yeah, it's really.
Now, guess what? You know what? He's been asked how many times he's called Harry Kane for like the last 3 or 4 interviews, right? Now, I think Harry Kane can also send him a video call, give him a video call, and
they
ask
both
him
call
how
each other with their trophies.
They call each other and they're like, hey, trophy man. Hey, trophy man.
Yeah, exactly.
On that score, it's nice that Son has won a trophy. I mean, that's a nice football story.
But it is incredible as well that the season Harry Kane leaves. No, it was 2 seasons to be.
I mean,
fair. It was 2
no,
seasons.
but it was 2 seasons. But this is what I'm now thinking, right?
Look at you touching that shirt. Good for you.
No, I just
You
wanted
can't
to
even be
use it
mad
to
at
clean.
them. You
Yeah.
got to be mad. This has to be a United shirt.
I'll tell you what, right? This is a sign that PSG will win the Champions League.
Rude.
PSG wait,
will win.
Do
Well,
PSG
like we talked about the Juju.
Do PSG have a bird in their logo? Do PSG have a bird in their logo?
No, they don't. They don't. They don't.
Right.
No, I saw that bird logo thing, Gary. I
Stop
saw
it.
Crystal Palace. I saw Spurs. I saw, what was it, Newcastle?
Newcastle, Crystal Palace.
Newcastle.
Spurs. There was another one, no?
No, just 3.
No, I
Newcastle,
heard someone in
Spurs,
my ear, but I
and
didn't hear what
Liverpool.
they said.
Newcastle, Spurs, and Liverpool.
Yeah, Bologna won the Coppa Italia. Yeah. No, there's no birds involved in Inter or PSG. But if the Juju is going correctly, and we spoke about it, Clinton, then all eyes would be on PSG.
No, PSG has to win it.
We have a bird.
Yeah, but no, it's about
No,
teams
they don't
that
have
are
a
more
bird.
shocking.
Okay, fair.
No, because all these teams that haven't won in so long, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Bologna, the Spurs, PSG to win, like it's all lining up. It's all lining up. Something's happening in the universe.
Yep.
And it would make
spiritual.
sense. Gary, what do you
Yeah,
think?
so we are
Clinton
living-
said it's spiritual.
Something is happening in the multiverse. Yeah.
Definitely.
Something is
I
happening.
agree.
Yeah.
Like at this point, anybody should just go and bet on PSG because this is like it's in the spiritual books.
Okay.
You know
The
whole
stars,
story
the stars
about
are lining up.
Someone
everybody.
is asking Clinton to sign the Spurs jersey and send it to them.
Savage.
Oh,
Can we take a look at Nathan?
Okay,
Nathan,
let's take a look.
Look, it's his lamentations. Lamentations. Nathan.
Who's he calling? What's going on?
It's calling the ref.
He's on the.
Is that what we planned?
No, he's on the phone explaining to somebody why they lost.
Oh no! Sorry, is Nathan a United fan? Oh,
Yeah,
I
he
didn't know.
is.
I can't keep track. Oh yeah, he's not happy. He's not happy. It's crazy. It
So
feels weird.
We are packing up. We are packing up from here. So.
All right, Gary, we'll let you go. Sorry for what feels
No.
like your loss as well as an Arsenal fan, but we'll see you soon.
Definitely my loss. Cheers.
Okay, thank you, Gary.
Sleep
Shantelle.
well, Clinton.
Oh,
Get out of here, bro.
horrible. Shantelle, any comments coming at you right now?
I mean, the only comments I'm seeing is that persons are agreeing that this is like a fairy tale year of football.
It seems quite strange.
Yeah,
all these underdogs, all these teams that haven't won, all these droughts. Yeah, it seems like it's adding up.
That's what's flooding the comments right now.
Are we at the Managerial? Why is this is Barcelona? You guys want to stay for another 2 hours? Sorry, go ahead, Shantelle.
No, saying persons are saying that it's a fairy tale year of football, and the Liverpool fans are here saying yes, Man United will not be adding another trophy to their collection. And AD Samuel made a very funny comment saying that Gary, while he was drinking, apparently he was drinking Clinton's tears.
Oh my God.
So yeah, and of course persons were, taking shots at Clinton, and then he had others who were sympathizing with him. So a lot's going on.
You got both, Clinton.
So when do we finish the show?
Guys, I don't know if you've been watching us for a long time, you know that Clinton is very loud and crazy and emotional, and I don't think we've ever seen something silence him so much. He wants to get, he's agitated, he wants to get out of here, he doesn't want to be on camera.
Power of the United.
Power of United. Maybe it's, I don't even know if it's going to get better next season now.
No.
Like this summer transfer window is going to be massive for Manchester United, but at the end of the day, we do have to congratulate Tottenham Hotspur are the champions of the Europa League, winning a trophy after a 17-year drought, and said he would do it in the second season, and he did. So congratulations to Spurs. We are back again tomorrow previewing the last
weekend.
The last weekend of the Serie A, the Premier League, and La Liga. We know 2 out of those results, but we know that the Serie A is going to be determined on Friday, guys. So still lots to get into, and I'm sure we'll all have to come back from, looking at this game once again, and we'll talk about it a bit more tomorrow. Maybe Clinton will have a few more words to say.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed our watch along. We're doing it again next week for the Conference League and the Champions League. So we'll do it all again next week. But until then, we'll see you tomorrow. And until then, always enjoy the football. You have to do it.
Definitely not today.
Ebwe.
Ebwe.
Say it, Spurs.
Spurs!
My team loss is not coming, sorry. Bye-bye. Somebody say bye-bye, yo.
Spurs!
Bye-bye, yo. For the love.
What are your friends?
Don't worry, the big boys are coming. I will stay loyal to you as I am to SportyBet. I will keep you safe and secure like Sporty does my winnings. I will share my booking codes with you and only you. I will... yes, I will be your hero, your true Sporty hero.